Hey, I'm Kev Kermiscon. Welcome back to American Truck Sim. As it's been a while, and that while was Nebraska DLC being released. So you never guess what we're checking out today. There's another DLC, another state. I think we're up to like 20, are we now? For American Truck Sim, as it's Arkansas has been added. I know barely anything about Arkansas. I know it's got Little Rock is its capital. And Little Rock was the scene of, was it Brown v. Board, which kind of started the end of segregation in the American South. Or USA South, from what I remember. From high school. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really know much about Arkansas, so we'll see what it's about today. Oh, Golden App's got an update. Alright. I've got to start checking that out as well. I've totally dropped the ball in checking out Golden App. I was watching someone play it the other day though, and it looks fantastic. So yeah, can't wait to give that a go. But yeah, it is all about American Truck Sim today. Alright, let me see, is there... Oh, they've got Iowa and Missouri coming up as well. And I think they've teased Louisiana, which is south of Arkansas, west of Texas, as well. But yeah, this is what we're checking out. The natural state, buckle up for safety. As the thumbnail suggests. So, as you can see, they're doing a research trip to Iowa as well, which is coming up. People Iowa welcome you. Fields of opportunities, famous for its corn, Iowa. That's what I know about Iowa. Oh yeah, Quaker Oaks as well. So yeah, Iowa, interesting. Even got its own mini statue there. Look at that. But yeah, Iowa's a bit more north than Arkansas. This is Louisiana though, which they've teased. Got some old gators there as well. And then here's Missouri, which they're working on as well. Got Star Nation experience. We've got the driving academy now, so you can actually learn how to park properly, which I never have done. So, before I only learned it from watching people play it on YouTube. So here you go. Here it is, Arkansas DLC release and Forest Machinery DLC as well. So here's Arkansas, as you can see. Got Little Rock, got Pine Bluff, Jonesboro, Hot Springs, El Dorado, Texarkana, which is part of Texas as well. Got Harrison, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith. Perfectly said as well. So those are the 10 cities we can explore. Unique landmarks as well. So the famous Arkansas Mississippi rivers which run through the state. Of course, the drive across the impressively large Emmett Sanders Lock and Dam. What's this? There are two unique industries such as the Nuclear One power plant. Since new dynamic loading and unloading of logs onto the trailer, so you actually get like the action, which is pretty cool. It's got some hidden treasures as well. We're trucking through 10 scenic towns, through settlements, so yeah, there's lots to check out. So unique landmarks include the historic centre of Hot Springs with its Bathhouse Row and National Park, iconic art murals, the majestic Arlington Hotel, courthouses, churches, and more. So yeah, Arkansas, it's got that. That's pretty cool actually. But yeah, there's a city as well. So yeah, it's going to be a bit more, you know, like a bit like maybe in Nebraska. You know, mostly country roads here, but a mix of, you know, Louisiana as well, as you can see, with some of the rivers and water around as well. And here's the Forest Machinery DLC update. So it's a free update. And as you can see, it's had in the forestry skidder to pick up. Beefy looking machine. And let's see, we get some new cabin accessories. Okay. an Arkansas bundle in case you want to get the bundle with Arkansas and the Forest Machinery DLC. We get a Cruising Arkansas event as well, and if we do that, we get a little Bambi. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, shall we actually head into the game now instead of just staring at what is in it? Right, go on. Right, it's been a while since American Truck, since any Truck Sim. I've barely played Euro Truck Sim in the last few months. Of course, you've seen there's an eruption of games that have come out this month, especially, well, I guess September now, last month, but in the last few weeks, it's so much stuff to check out. Alright, so American Truck Simulator. Oh yeah, there's a new menu as well, and everything, like new graphics, and just pretty cool actually. At least I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, if we hop in, if I'm allowed to hop in, hang on. Oh yeah, they released new trucks as well, a new Mack truck as well. But yeah, look at it. There it is. It's the new menu. Looks pretty alright. Very dark. But yeah, you got your mods on the side now, DLC, and we can continue career. And so we've got basically like all the DLC installed. But yeah, it's what, 1, 2. Let's try and count up the states, shall we? 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then there was like California and stuff already in the game. So, and they were kind of working on California. I think on the stage 3 or 4 of the working on it. Because I've had a couple new cities in the last big update as well before this. With California, so might be worth checking out in the future. But we're not like just checking out all these states that are getting added. Right, here we go. So if you've forgotten, we're broke. Alright, let's check in on the email. New special transport. So you can expand your company. Nah, get out of it. Get out of here, bank. New desktop background available. Oh, hello. Ooh. Don't like it. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I think we'll stick with the garage. It was proper. So yeah, as you've seen, we got the Cruising Arkansas event. So we've got to do. I like that we can actually track this now. Like, I swear I was doing it in previous events, but for some reason I wouldn't know if I was actually doing it right. So yeah, now we can actually see that. So using all the trucks, connected account, the community goal is to drive 125 million miles, or just over 200 million kilometers. Not even cargo to and from any city in Arkansas. When a player completes a delivery to or from 10 different Arkansas cities, they will achieve their personal goal. And yours to or from the Arkansas portion of the city. Okay, counts. Alright, we got it. Alright, so yeah, let's see what jobs to do. So yeah, there is Arkansas. There's the Louisiana as well. There was Nebraska, which was the last state added. So as you can see, we're slowly moving east, aren't we? But yeah, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 states now. Okay, we're like a third of the way through, or maybe overestimated at 20. Alright, so as you can see, we can go from the Arkansas portion, or Texarkana, can't remember how... Can't remember the distance as well, isn't there? But yeah, we kind of want to go to and from. Come on, Arkansas town. Let's see, Pine Bluff. What's up here? Jonesboro. Can we head straight to Jonesboro? We can. Only 245 miles. So again, another kind of small state, especially when it's next to Texas. But let's see. Could maybe go north. No, because you go through Fort Smith there actually. Oh, that's from the Texas portion. I don't want to be doing that. I want it from the Arkansas portion. Nah, they all want to go from the Texas portion of Texarkana. Yeah, and if I go any longer, as you can see, it all goes like Texas and stuff. Let me go back. Let's see, maybe do this. Oh, do this one. Yeah, let's go from Jonesboro. We can go past Little Rock. Go straight from corner to corner, shall we? Oh yeah, it is night. I forgot. Alright, get started. Get the high beams on. Oh, let me just turn the volume. There we go. So welcome to the dead of night in Arkansas. Oh, it's nice having auto gears. Automatic. Alright, but yeah, there's Prescott, Little Rock. This is probably the road we're going to be on, the, what's it, 49? Alright, so yeah, we are just outside Texarkana. Because we were... because of the thumbnail, basically. Because it was literally my first time driving Arkansas as well. I still got a couple mods as well, so I've still got like the realistic kind of driving mods. I didn't see real world signs as well. Something to do with the lights as well, letting a bit more orange at night. And oh yeah, real economy for the, was it the, oi, I'm driving here. Real economy for the used trucks as well. And of course the yet another route advisor too. Oh, discovered a recruitment agency. I've got to check out my drivers, because I haven't checked in with them in like months. Hope they're still all here. Oh my god, it's a security check. Come on, I look trustworthy, don't I? Don't answer that. Alright. Let's go. Go down here. Alright. Let's see if I can line this up properly. Oh, I think I've overdone it. Ah, that will do. Alright, well, we've got 223 miles ahead. So I guess the good thing for us tonight is that, as I said, it's a bit of a smaller state than checking out the whole of frickin' Texas. So that took like a couple of streams. Oh. It's us again. Come on. Alright, let's proceed then. It's a bit... oh, God. No, we're good. It's a bit rubbish I chose night, wasn't it, at first? I probably should have advanced, like, to the day a bit. Still got a bit of a cough as well, so hopefully I remember to mute myself. And I do have it. Right, get out of the way, cars. Oh, come on, there's no one coming. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not something. Oh. Forgotten all the random signs. Everything is possible. Oh god, done it like a welcome to our church and never leave sign there. Right, that's the Little Rock. Heading on to the 30. I see it's this way, is it? Yeah, it is. Alright. Yeah, it's a shame we're kind of driving through the heart of the state. And yeah, we can't really see it, can we? But at least all the journeys shouldn't be long. We might be able to do the 10 deliveries tonight then. If the longest is going to be, what, 250 miles? Because it's only, what, a 20-minute delivery at most? Maybe shorter with some of our, you know, ideas of driving. like never brake. Do you have an engine light as well, which is a bit annoying? Oh, come on. Right, where are you? Why is the way station open like midnight? What the hell? Oh, and it's like we're not the only one that's been nabbed. Okay. No, it maybe gives us some time to check out what we can play. So I can maybe play talk radio. We've got public radio. We've got news as well. Police broadcast. I'm trying to think what I can play. Why is there no classical music? Classic rock. We would maybe play like the news stations.
This programming is sponsored by the Extended
I know we played this one before, not the best news program. Hang on. Do public radio. Let's see what this is like. Nope.
To me, he said that some of the songs could be about trying, I guess, hit people on two different
However, there's
levels.
not too many like stingers and stuff which catches out.
It's a story of unrealized love, and it works on two registers. Think about the Song of Songs, for example, which works in the same way.
Not in perfect technical state. Well, did you see how tight the turning was to get out of there?
Simultaneously, right? You can hear it and feel it and experience it in both registers at the same time.
Perfect technical state, my arse. Alright. So yeah, I guess the goal today is just do what? Check out all 10 towns. Try and check out as many settlements as well of Arkansas. And just explore the natural state. Hopefully during the day as well, when we can actually see stuff.
Yes. I mean, it's just remarkable how Nusrat somehow reaches people. And I'm not religious, but I
Oh god, what the...
felt
You're talking about Jeebus? What?
amazing emotional, spiritual power from him. And also just the fact that he reached so many people on whatever level you want to look at.
Damn
And
Chevy.
the vast
Come back.
majority of people didn't understand a single word, including me. And it's still like... you know,
Actually, they can't be. You're talking about how they don't understand the person.
No matter the language, I want to go out here on a final track here from the album Chain of Light.
Oh god, oh no, oh Jesus. No, no. Da 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 da.
Hussein, you've written
What is this music?
the
Okay.
spiritual aspects that we've been talking about here of Kowali cannot be divorced from its political nature. I'm just curious, as we leave you, what do we have to gain from this music nearly 3 decades after Khan's death?
I think
Oh, they're talking
Mike has
about.
already opened some of that door for us, is that it is transformative whether we understand the words or not. That approach to transforming
About one of the biggest
ourselves
artists in
will
what,
allow us that
Pakistan, I
to get out
guess?
of good art, and Nusrat is a great artist.
Final thoughts from you, Michael?
Bangladesh.
It's an ecstatic, uplifting, transcendent feeling. You know, I wish we all had more of that in our lives. I wish I did.
Musician Michael Brook recorded the Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan tracks on the Chain of Light album, first recorded in
Oh, Ali
1990.
Khan.
And Hussein Rashid, a scholar of Muslim and U.S. culture. Thanks to you both.
Thank you.
A pleasure talking to you and meeting you both.
You're listening to Here and Now.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, definitely listening to it. Definitely not talking over this music. Stop it. Stop playing it. Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice, but... Okay.
Live from NPR News in Boston, I'm Josie Guarino. The White House announced today that President Biden and G7 leaders are working on new sanctions for Iran in response to its attack on Israel. President
Stupid.
Biden and the G7 unequivocally condemned Iran.
Israel has been bombing this shit out of everyone around them. Iran, fight back for once. Or do something back for once. They... Suddenly it's World War III.
Tennessee authorities are
Fooled them.
investigating a plastics factory after workers trapped by floods from Helene died or went missing. Factory employees of Impact Plastics who survived claim they were ordered to show up to work despite the hurricane moving through the area. Some have said they were denied the chance to leave before the floodwaters.
Anyway, let's not get too political. Could be lots of rant about Israel and its ongoing genocides and battles and how it's trying to lead the US into a regime change of Iran, it sounds like now.
The agency today accused the companies of being involved in the use of forced labor from China's region of Xinjiang. The action broadens the scope.
Right, we're kind of halfway through our journey. It literally is just following like one main road, isn't it? In the middle here. I don't mention a lot as well. There are links below to kind of donate to help Palestinians or a couple organisations which help people in need as well. Like in Lebanon, Congo, Syria, you name it. With the, what's it, UNWRA. And then, what's it, MAP as well.
This afternoon at 4 on Public Radio 89.5.
And they're really fun as well. Palestinian Children's Relief Fund as well, link below.
Of the Shining Honor Project, enriching the lives of those with developmental challenges while honoring our
Alright, less than 100 miles to go.
Learn about honor team
Isn't Arkansas beautiful at night?
.org/stories.
This is listener-supported public radio from the University of Tulsa. Public Radio 89.5.
I have to say, playing this does make me want to become like a truck driver. But then, you follow truck driver vlogs and stuff, it's like what, 12-hour days? Like, well, here in the UK it'd be like 12-hour, well, more than 12-hour days, 14, 15-hour days, including travel to the depots and stuff. Sometimes you have to be away for a job as well. Let's spend a couple of nights away as hey, we found Little Rock, nice. And then just lots of waiting around as well when you're like at depots and stuff. You can wait hours as well. I would not have the patience. I think to be a truck driver. So just driving something like this as well, like down carriageways and stuff.
It all started last year. Michael Horka started sniffing around some suspicious digital activity. He works for the intelligence team at Lumen Technologies.
Yeah, definitely don't have the patience for it.
A part of the internet's backbone. That
And I guess I can get through my playlist quite a lot, like music playlist. Oh, going this way.
The same kind of routers that average people have at home.
Oh, shall we go left? Oh no, we won't see anything, will we? Because it's at night. Okay, we'll try and remember that, and we'll come back to Little Rock and check out whatever that is on the left-hand side on the map. BP, Mackie D's to the right as well.
They called this one Raptor Train. A fast-moving chain
Raptor
of
Train.
devices making different stops along the way, gobbling things up as it goes. If you're hearing this and getting worried, these hackers aren't interested in the average American's internet browsing habits. But it's still a problem. Hackers want to
Oh, they're talking about hackers. Okay.
to launch attacks elsewhere instead
Oh,
of
not the film though. Oh, the hackers film.
Interested in your router, they're interested in everyone's routers. They're essentially using your router to then hit, you know.
Need to watch that. Surprising I haven't watched that since I like maybe like a child when they used to show when they actually showed it on TV.
They're just using your routers as a means to an end.
Figuring out those ends was a bit trickier, Orca says. The botnet was impressive.
What?
had
It was
3
green
separate
when I
tiers,
went through
one
it.
with all the infected devices,
Come
and
on.
others built to manage and control
Who's the
them at
cop
will.
hiding in the like the
After extensive
freaking
investigating,
bushes or
Orca's team
something
followed
catching me
a
doing that?
trail of breadcrumbs that led back to China. Specifically, a group known as Flax Typhoon. Ultimately, the botnet's activities were sponsored by the Chinese state, designed to collect intelligence mostly about Taiwan and the United States.
It was primarily targeting of military, government. There were some
It's funny talking America. Again, try not to get too funny talking about America, worried about what America does to almost every other country, but
Flax Typhoon is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to the Chinese government's activities. According to intelligence officials and private sector researchers,
hey, now China's a rival for them.
lurking in American critical infrastructure. They're known
It's
as
like the
Voltec.
superpower on
Those
Earth.
hackers are preparing to launch a destructive attack.
I guess we're going to get more of these stories as well.
Something that might spark chaos or hamper the U.S. military. if
What is
China's
this
leaders
road?
think it's necessary at some point in the future.
You've gone from
Overall,
like
the U.S. government is struggling to respond to a difficult
wide open like freeway, whatever.
In the case of the Raptor Train botnet, the Justice
Oh,
Department has
come
managed
on.
to disrupt its activity, at least for now. But
Speed
there are
limit's at
still
30.
tens of
Oh my
thousands
God.
of vulnerable routers and cameras,
Okay,
just
I can see why it's at
waiting to
30.
be sucked into the next botnet.
That's a tough problem to solve. It's not 1, 2, or even 3 vendors.
Sorry.
It's, 30 vendors.
Just
There are
thought I'd check
things
out the
vendors and
sites.
Internet service providers could do to help tackle the problem, Orca says. Like
But yeah, we've gone from
automatically
like wide
updating
open
software or
freeway,
no longer
visited
storing
Little Rock, and now we're
data
suddenly in
on
like
devices, for example.
feels like
In the
back roads
meantime,
here.
Exposing and disrupting these networks is a good place to start, Orca concludes. He's ready to keep chasing after raptors and
What's that?
typhoons.
Waste management.
Huge flashlight. We're able to push back.
Jen McLaughlin, NPR News.
It's here and now.
Oh God, what? Oh, no, not the music. No. Hang on. I'm gonna have to change radio station. Stop playing frickin' music. Public radio. Okay, let me. Alright, what's this? News.
Didn't go over real well. The phrase "the Great Society" seemed to Ron and me.
Oh God, they're talking about the Great Society. Okay.
Beyond belief.
I'm Connor Risdall, the government in this economy in new and different ways. Next time on Marketplace.
There we go.
Tonight at 7 on Public Radio 89.5.
The Medicare open enrollment period runs from October 15th through December 7th.
There we
And the
go.
Life Senior
Alright.
Services Medicare Assistance
Oh,
Program
Tachi.
offers free unbiased assistance in
Haven't seen that name in a while.
enrolling in Medicare Part D plans. Clinics are available at
Lots of
Life's
Tachi around
central
it.
office and at various community locations. Appointments are required. Call them at 918-938-7683 to schedule a consultation.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by the Kendall College of Arts and Sciences.
Come
at the
on, turn
University of Tulsa,
green.
preparing students for life and leadership for 130 years. More at artsandsciences.utulsa.edu.
What's this? Meadow Park. Oh, Mackie D's again.
Supported service of the University of Tulsa. Public Radio 89.5.
What's it got? Liddles. You know, America has Liddles?
Funding for Here and Now comes from the
That can't be right.
listeners of WBUR
I know, it's probably
Boston
IKEA,
and
isn't it?
Memorial. Guitar sellers from more
Alright, don't turn frickin' red. While I'm going through the corner. Hey, we're back to the freeway, nice. I was worried we were just going to be on back roads for the rest of the way.
JTV is available on TV.
Come on.
At jtv.com.
From NPR and WBUR, I'm Peter O'Dowd in Boston.
And I'm Scott Tong in Washington, D.C. This is Here and Now. It's
Come on, Copper. Get it right.
With a billion people and
Thank you.
describe yourself as lonely. But that's the word journalist David Rennie used to describe the end of his 6-year posting in China as writer and columnist for The Economist. Rennie writes in his last missive that foreign journalists over time left Beijing, often kicked out by the government. He also writes in this last column about Chinese leaders' fragility, the country's impressive modernization, and how Beijing and Washington have ambitions that are...
There we go. Finally got rid of that. Okay.
Now, David Rennie, longtime China columnist, and now
I hope we can just be flat out now till...
David, welcome to Here Now.
Till we get to, what's it, Fort Smith, isn't it?
From Beijing is headlined China's New Age of Swagger and Paranoia. What do you mean, swagger and paranoia?
I think you can see
God, they're talking about China.
confidence.
Hang on. They're actually talking about Chinese hackers on the other station. Now they're talking about China, just the country. What it's like now.
Time when China was kind of hiding its strengths, not wanting to alarm the world with its rise. That's over.
I remember the line, bide your time, hide your strength. Been a couple decades, right?
Yeah, you hide your strengths.
No, less than 50 miles, come on.
It was Deng Xiaoping's favorite dictum, and that is over. This is a kind of function of China's newfound, resumed strength as they would see it. And it's also a function of their absolute conviction that the West, starting with the United States, is in decline. And that the reason that things are bumpy between the West and China, above all between America and China, is like two ships kind of crossing and the wake is buffeting both. But America's on the way down and China is on the way up. And that explains why everything is so turbulent. So that is the swagger, that's the confidence. And they particularly see an opportunity to lead the global south. And if that has to be an anti-Western...
Well, they do lead the global south. Have they not heard of BRICS?
Taking a much more pro-Russian line on things like the war in Ukraine.
And I do follow, like, kind of, what's it, Chinese news agencies. There's all, like, stories every week of them, like, helping countries all over the world as well.
The already really strict security machine.
How do you explain the paranoia? It seemed like two sides. On one side there's this great pride, and then there's this confidence, and then the paranoia.
So they definitely are the superpower now, China.
So they are convinced that they are under attack from foreign hostile forces. They see a threat.
Oh, Ruth T.
They see the Americans.
Oh yeah, she wasn't great last time, was she? I might need to change it.
Or during the Hong Kong protests in 2019, many Chinese officials at least pretended to believe, certainly told me, that the people of Hong Kong, there are only 7 and a few million of them.
Oh, we can see the finish.
Imagine that they had the right to defy the 1.4 billion people of the People's Republic of China. So it could only be that the Americans, the CIA, the Black Hands, were organizing this trouble. They think it's what explains public indignation around the world.
So what, is this us entering Fort Smith?
This is all a plot by the
Doesn't look like it, does it?
to hold China down. And this is also a communist party that, from its very founding moments, has been absolutely obsessed with social stability and the maintenance of order. And they do have some domestic problems to think about. They have a slowing economy. They have quite high youth unemployment. For many young Chinese, this is the first time in their lives that they've not known the economy just roaring and growing year after year, everything getting more prosperous. It's not that China is in a kind of revolutionary mood. It's not that there are people, expressing hatred of the Communist Party on every street.
I thought we'd get into the city, but I guess not. We're just on the outskirts, aren't we?
People are fed up. People are uncertain.
Oh, $4,000. Who's that?
People are worried about their savings, worried
Free
about their children having a better life than them. And the Communist Party is extraordinarily focused on
Which one am I going through here?
of not just domestic trouble, domestic dissent, but any hint that might be that hooking up with foreign hostile forces looking for a
I could have driven round, could I?
So that
Couldn't I?
combination of paranoia and sort of increasing anti-Western swagger has really defined my 6 years, which is my second posting. I was based in China in the 90s and early 2000s, and it's a very, very different China. Much more openly hostile to the West, much less open to the idea of
Oh, God's
maybe
sake.
foreigners might have something constructive.
Where are
to
you,
offer.
Train?
Maybe
Oh,
foreign
there you are.
students, foreign professors
At least you don't have to wait long.
have wisdom to offer. There's a very strong push from the top to say that China
How many
has to be
carriages?
China's
50?
Well, yeah, no, I remember I was in China from 2006 to 2010, and there was this openness to we're going to bring in the outside.
Oh, you know, like
investment,
10.
We're going to bring the outside ideas. The view from the regular person here in the U.S., we've been asking for generations, you know, are you going to grow up to do better than your parents? How does that conversation go for families in China?
It's a really interesting question. I went and asked a whole bunch of people in China's
Right,
media
beautiful
system.
first delivery done. That's probably going to be like the longest delivery as well.
And I asked them, first of all, do you have a better life than your parents?
Whoop.
And there, it's a unanimous yes. You know, the quality of life in Chinese cities is very, very different from when I was there in the 1990s. There are cleaned up rivers that used to be kind of absolutely toxic.
Oh, where am
Now they
I?
have, you know, riverside parks and
Can I
families
see
walking out at
where I need
sunset
to
and playing Chinese
park?
checkers or Tai
Yeah,
Chi.
there we
It
go.
is a better environment. So they definitely feel that they have a better life than their parents. But when you ask people about their children, well, they have the same opportunities. There, actually, it's a much
Beautiful.
more mixed picture.
Okay.
That's because current graduates who've just graduated from college, they're really struggling to find graduate jobs. They're having to settle for jobs that really don't need a university.
Oh god, that was a class 8 hazard.
Put their life savings into
I'm amazed we did not, you know,
above all. It was always seen as
destroy
the
ourselves there.
one
Oh, it's
savings vehicle, and the
Jonesboro we're in.
market has slid 10, 15, maybe 20%.
Let's see, Little Rock.
Private
We
entrepreneurs
could go
don't
back
feel
to,
the party approves of them in the
let's
same
see,
way, so they're anxious
Jonesboro.
about, you know, if I get rich, will I get to keep it? And so there's a definite sense of people.
Let's see, El Dorado. Oh yeah, that goes to the corner. Let's do that.
Becoming risk averse and hunkering down.
How long is that? 198 miles. We can do that.
Boy, what a change, as I heard you talk about that, David. I remember during my
Oh yeah,
time
does that
there,
count as a
the person
delivery? Let me see.
I ran into on the street
Two?
was asking me, oh, you're a
Oh
foreigner,
yeah,
you're
because
not
it's from there to there.
Chinese, not
Okay.
Chinese national.
Awesome.
Surely you're investing in property here because it will never come down. And now here we are in China. Such a different picture.
I mean, totally know how to drive around.
Compared to, you know, the mortgage rules are pretty conservative, and so I think, you know, if you'd had the same property correction in
Where
the
is
UK
the
where I am, or
trailer?
the US where you are, a lot of people would be underwater.
Oh, it's the other way.
Prices
Okay.
probably doubled over the last 10,
I
15
think.
years. So if you got in 10, 15 years
Let me back it
ago,
up.
you're
Let me.
still in pretty good shape. But it's the next few years. It's the sense that the economy is maybe never going to grow in quite the same way again.
David, what do you...
Yeah, it
just
is
left
the other
there,
way, isn't
moved
it?
back to London. I remember when I moved back to the States, the adjustment was pretty challenging. I mean, I felt America, boy, this place moves really slowly. It had its own echo chambers. What do you miss?
I mean, certainly modern Chinese cities are, you know, staggeringly convenient. You know, you can press a button on your smartphone and someone is, you know, at your door with a bubble tea, you know, 2 minutes later, and it costs you, you know, a few cents.
I was going to say
delivered.
15
All of
minutes.
that's-
It's actually 2 minutes.
Well, it's, you know, it's like 10 minutes.
Let's see. Okay.
You know, it's an extraordinarily
Turn it, turn it. I need to see where this freaking trailer is. Oh, it's there.
in the cities. I will really miss, it sounds kind of pious, but I will really miss talking to Chinese people. I've just, you know, by far my favorite part of the job is getting on a train, getting on a bus, hanging out in a market. Just
No, it is the other side. What the hell?
really curious to meet a foreigner, and
Why did it not look up the other?
you wouldn't expect to answer. They have just kind of an endless fascination, particularly in small places, with someone from the outside world. And they're not xenophobic. They don't hate foreigners. They're really kind of curious and welcoming. And
Why did he not look up here when I was like reversing?
I really miss those kind of conversations with regular Chinese. It's very hard to sort of feel and hear that humanity from a distance. China looks very forbidding from the outside. It looks very kind of closed and stern and almost kind of grey. But as you know, when you're there, it's anything but. It's very, very
Right, there we go. Beautiful. Alright. 200 miles to go.
You can almost plug yourself into
What the hell am I crashing into?
electricity. It's just a unique sort of energy.
Yeah. We have been talking China, the people, and China, the state. with David Rennie, longtime columnist in China for The Economist. He's now back in London and is geopolitics editor at The Economist. David, thank you so much.
Bit of a downgrade coming to London. Alright. Let's see, it should hopefully be sunny by the time we get to...
On the next Fresh Air, actor, comedian, and activist John Leguizamo
to the next area.
docuseries on PBS about the history of Latinos in the Americas.
Just going around.
Thousands of years, from pre-Columbian Inca, Maya, and Aztec
No, I need to go over that.
to the fight for Latino civil
Or could I drive around? Hang on.
This afternoon at 3 and tonight at 9 on Public Radio.
We can make this work.
89.5. The nonprofit OK Roots Music Series presents the 10th
Beautiful.
annual Global Roots Bash happening at Lowdown in downtown Tulsa.
Not great security, is it? We can just like drive on the grass and get away from them.
Will perform along with the Creole music master Cedric Watson. On the 4th, it's Nigerian guitar virtuoso Bombino, and on the 5th, Reflejos Flamencos, a group of dancers, singers, and musicians from Spain. We'll take the stage.
Nice.
More information at okrootsmusic.org.
Funding for Here and Now comes from the listeners of WBUR Boston and from MathWorks, creators of MATLAB and Simulink software for technical computing and model-based design. MathWorks, accelerating the pace of
Alright.
discovery in engineering and science.
No lift until we get there.
MathWorks.com and WBUR, presenting Beyond All Repair, a podcast about an unsolved murder, a family torn apart. And
What's that on the sign? Oh, just saying little Memphis?
wherever you get your
Memphis?
It's here and now. Lawmakers have hit a snag with one of the most
Wonder when other states are coming then, because I'm guessing in this like Missouri's coming next, like early next year, I imagine now. Then we've got Iowa next year. So we've got Louisiana maybe coming this time next year as well. Who knows? And then what after that? Maybe Tennessee. Maybe they keep heading east, so it can at least go from like coast to coast. That would be pretty cool. I know I would like to go from north to south as well, like go to the Dakotas and
Partisan politics in Congress have been kind of deadlocked recently, and in this particular instance, it's
go to the like
the stakes of
this is in the north, Illinois, Indiana. Of course, being a racing fan, but just insert Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indiana as well. Put that in, so you can drive the truck round the oval. That'd be awesome.
Smart guardrails around it, which means that it has to be used towards practices that are supposed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
And yeah, I wonder if we ever get like Hawaii and Alaska as well. If they do Canada.
Conservation practices that don't necessarily address.
No, Canada's lots of wilderness though. It's a bit like Australia actually, isn't it? It's like Australia's got like all its cities and hubs on like the coasts, and then there's the outback, which is most of the country in the middle, which you just stay away from because you'll probably find something that can kill you. Like you find like the most poisonous spider or snake or something just to end your life in 10 minutes or something. But I guess in Canada you'll find a bear or something just to rip you apart. So.
What do you mean? Could you be a specific example?
Yes. So the most controversial example on the climate smart agriculture list is called anaerobic digestion.
Yeah, I'd like this to become like just America Simulator. Get Mexico in as well. Maybe in the future.
This is concerning to a lot of environmentalists.
And that could lead down into, you know, like Nicaragua, Honduras, Belize, Panama, Costa Rica, and all the way down to, you know, Venezuela, Colombia, Suriname, Guyana. Like, that'd be awesome. It would take like 50 years, but it'd be awesome if they did that. Plus, we've already got kind of mods doing that already. I know there's that mod that does Mexico, or kind of parts of north of Mexico at least. They're like Tijuana to...
Michigan Senator Dudley Stout.
Oh, I always forget how you say it. All the way down to like Mexico City, basically. That chunk of Mexico.
The climate smart ag provisions, her red line.
Oh, why is it dark? Looks like there's a picture and a video in front.
Republicans and Democrats are going to be motivated to get this bill across the finish line at some point soon, I imagine. So what kind of changes are they considering that might help them do that?
Well, their deadline to do that.
Well, what we've got to take a picture of, actually. We can maybe see that. Let's see. I've forgotten the button for photo mode as well. That's why I'm doing this. Lock and dam. Okay, let me...
They already extended it for an
Make
extra
it sunny.
year because they couldn't pass a new one last year. So they either need to do that again
Oh, I
or
see.
pass a new farm bill. There's a lot we don't know about what
Ooh,
the
come on.
position that they're going to be in after the election is, because that's what they're sort of waiting for. to
Cannot go
see
more
if
forward.
one or both houses of Congress flips
Doesn't matter.
before they can decide what they're willing to compromise.
Okay, I guess we get a video about it as well.
Yeah, you know, I
Alright.
mentioned at the beginning of this conversation that this fight over money for climate
But yeah,
change
we'll come back
farming
to that.
programs, it's only a tiny sliver of the money that goes into the farm bill. Nutrition funding and food stamps.
God, Sky looks good now, doesn't it, in this game as well? And in Euro Truck Sim as well, with the, was it Royal Barless, or whatever you say it, as well, in like the north. Oh, what's that? Oh, Rockport. Oh, Riverport, okay.
Food stamps, which is the
Amazing how shining the light and that just changes the sign.
to the poor in America. So crop insurance, which is the
It's like those pens your son does out at school where if you flip them at a certain angle you get a different image, but whatever. Never had those pens.
they can't pass it, that's going to be very consequential for the whole country.
Is an environmental
It's got 100 miles to go. Halfway through the journey. Looks like it's going to be much quicker than the other journey.
You know, we make this show for you, and
I mean, we're basically going just down one side of Arkansas here as well. In roughly a straight line. Oh, have we got a roundabout in front? Well, that's the known roundabout in America. So what's that? Pine Bluff. Guess it's one of the settlements.
Tell us what you think. Will help us with our coverage of the
Is anybody coming round?
Here and Now is a production
Something
of
like it.
NPR and WBUR. I'm Scott Tong in Washington, D.C.
And I'm Peter O'Dowd in Boston. Thank you very much for spending some of your time.
Yeah, there we go. Pine Bluff. 5 out of 8? I didn't realise we were going for a city. So not a settlement. Hello, buddy. Oh, okay. Bugger you then. So it goes a Chevy light vehicle. They're all stopped. Why am I not allowed to go? Oh. Oh, so it's just a turn in left, folks.
I'm Scott Tong. What do you do if
Now we've got to wait a while. It's nice seeing fire trucks actually in a city rather than just on a freeway as well, like we've been seeing most of the time we play this.
A husband and wife in Montreal take the young kids to see the world next time Here and Now.
Still can't get... Oh, here we go. Still can't get totally used to the American system though. Of like left turn going first and stuff, right turn you can go whenever basically. It's always getting brighter.
The phrase the Great Society seemed to Ron and me to be, you know, cornball beyond belief.
You know, they're talking about the Great Society again.
In this economy, in new and different ways, next time on Marketplace.
I do not know why I indicated there, that was just the bend.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by Mosaic Memorial Cremation, a 9
Oh, so got Oklahoma
Mosaic Memorial offers a comprehensive
news it.
contemporary approach to simple cremation.
Do you not have like Arkansas news? We need to maybe update our radios.
742-5556.
There was a website I found where it had radios from all over the world, but I've forgotten what it is now. Otherwise I'll just show you like Filipino like radio. Veronica gets $4,000 for us, nice. Covering all our bills. Oh, and she's leveled up as well.
He joins us to talk about his new
I think she's the one that's based in Portland, if I remember, because we got fellow moustache guy in Texas, Frigio in Texas as well. I think I moved Ruth to California. Oh no, I moved Frigio to California actually, and then we've got our long distance guy in California too. He brings in like 20-30k with every job, but it takes him a couple of days, so I hope we see that tonight actually, get a nice boost, because we're a bit low on cash, aren't we? I mean, the goal at the moment is probably to get a base in every state. There's all cops busted someone there.
Hi, from NPR News, I'm Lakshmi Singh. President Biden says up to 1,000 active duty soldiers will help the North Carolina National Guard deliver food, water, and medicine to communities isolated still because of damage from Hurricane Helene. Biden's been visiting the
Carolinas is this a settlement?
Today. On a tomato farm next to the Pigeon River in Newport, Tennessee, farm workers say they're grateful for the community's help in the wake of Hurricane Helene.
Get out of the way, Sedan.
Has more.
The road to the farm is windy and muddy. It's next
What's that meant to be, like a Cadillac?
The water has receded, but over the weekend the river rose to more than 3 feet high. Farm worker Jose Antonio
Oh god, I thought there's an AI person speaking on the radio at the moment.
He's grateful the Newport's Latino community has turned out to help.
Yeah, back out of it, Sedan. There we go.
They're bringing us water, soap, toothpaste, and
Right, less than 50 miles.
he says. Mendez, who is from Mexico, says the support is crucial to workers like him because they're isolated and wouldn't know where to turn to for help. Marisa Peñalosa, NPR News, Newport, Tennessee.
The nationwide dock workers' strike is underway for a second day. Tens of thousands of union workers on picket lines demanding.
Oh, this is probably like the best time of day. This is. The sun's rising.
Skills used in the loading and unloading of freight. Strike involving 14 ports along the eastern and Gulf coasts. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
You'll have to drive around in like this time of day. Be the best, like not a lot of traffic. Just like cruise round.
Has been speaking to the union side and the company side, so have others in the White House.
That's why you're braking in front.
Their supply chain logistics to West Coast ports, which are not affected by the strike. Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Walz faced off last night in the only vice presidential debate and the last scheduled debate in this presidential election. NPR's Domenico Montanaro says there was
Can't believe I
no clear
watched
winner,
that.
but there was one notable change.
Well, I didn't really watch it. I was listening to Majority Report cover it.
Vance has been a hard-charging MAGA warrior who's made several missteps.
But it was pretty fucking boring. Like, I expected fireworks of JD Vance being a total dick, but he toned it down pretty well. And Waltz wasn't attacking him as much as he probably should have. He was being quite moderate, which is really disappointing.
Overall, this debate likely won't change this race at all because
So yeah, it's kind of a waste of like 2 hours, basically, that debate.
there were really no major mistakes made by either candidate last night.
Yeah, exactly.
NPR News, Washington.
Like, Vance wasn't as good. Maybe a bit biased for that opinion, but yeah, it was a bit of a nothing burger, that debate. It's not like the, you know, Harris-Trump one, which was Harris just shit on Trump. Like, Trump's ego just got the better of him in that debate. But then debates don't really change opinion anyway, do they? Well, I can't imagine it makes too much difference.
Bank of America's media office did not immediately respond to our request for comment. Demographics are changing in cities across Europe due to the rising costs of living, and the number of children is declining in those areas. NPR's Lauren Fair reports from the East London borough of Hackney.
4 Hackney primary schools
Hackney?
closed this year, and 4 more
Freaking Hackney, mate.
next year for lack of students. Rising
Never
costs
thought
of
I'd hear
housing
Hackney
and
on
childcare
Oklahoma
mean
radio, to be
fewer
honest.
kids and having them elsewhere. Parent Mike Cooter calls it a doom loop.
Families move away and the rent spirals up and you end up having a city with no children in it.
In Hackney, parents are suing to keep 2 nursery schools open despite declining enrollment. Government statistics show birth rates are falling across much of Europe. Perhaps most drastically in London, though, where public housing has been privatized, austerity has left municipalities bankrupt.
Yeah, it's a bit shit over in England. Thanks America for highlighting it. It is just not worth it having a kid.
Nasdaq closed up 14 points to end the day at 17,925. The S&P was up a fraction. The Dow was up 39.
Like on my salary, which is just below average, like nationwide, I can maybe afford renting if I ever move out here, but that's it. I can't afford anybody else. I can only afford myself. So, and that's the situation for quite a lot of people. Look at that bridge. What bridge is that? Can't even access it. We'll just see what that's like. Oh, we come into an area where we get to take a picture. Nice. But yeah, it's not the situation just here in England. I know it's pretty terrible in most other places as well. Well, let's see what picture we got to take. Just trying to line it up. Also, do I have graphics down really low? I noticed that with the thumbnail picture. That everything looked a bit rubbish, to be honest. So maybe I need to kind of change these graphic settings. Right, let's take a picture. What are we taking a picture of?
His latest project, an ambitious docu-series
Lakeport Plantation. Oh, okay.
Feels like an inflection point for a man
Now, let me just check. So options. They have improved the graphics as well, so I do want to kind of like show it off as well, but
airing on PBS is called Voces, American Historia, the untold history of Latinos, which he co-created with director.
let's see. Oh yeah, everything's on low. Okay, that's maybe why.
Leguizamo at the head of the class, exploring Latino contributions to the Americas over
Enables pedestrians in the game world. We can have pedestrians.
That's because this series is
I wonder how much it affects the
2018 one-man show
graphics though. Shadow quality we just have is very low. We don't want ambient occlusion, that will murder the FPS.
Who began doing stand-up in the 80s and gained critical acclaim for his one-man
Oh yeah, we've got texture quality at low. Maybe put it on medium. What's this? Normal maps.
Mambo Mouth and Freak, where Leguizamo portrayed dozens of characters.
No, I don't care about that.
Including friends, relatives,
Right, let's apply that. Let's see if that makes the game look a bit better.
Including his breakthrough roles in '93 as Luigi in Super Mario Brothers, and Brian De Palma's Carlito's Way as Carlito's nemesis, Vinny Blanco.
Yes, that's what you want to put at the top of your CV, Super Mario Brothers.
And he currently hosts the MSNBC travel show, Leguizamo Does America.
Alright, there we go. Beautiful. Oh, 40. We can maybe try and reverse this. Yeah, just need to turn right then left. Let's do it.
In 2018, you did this one-man show on Broadway where you essentially got on stage and traced 3,000 years of Latin history. And the idea was actually
hello, dude. What are you staring at?
Your son was being bullied. And it almost feels like
doesn't it bothered to be honest? I don't know.
This idea for what is now this new docu-series. Is that what was happening? How did you come to this idea for American Historia?
Oh, Tanya, that's so true. I mean, the genesis was basically my son was in 8th grade and he was doing a history project and he was being bullied at the same time. And
I've just reversed the wrong way. I'm an idiot. Hang on.
Get some brownie points for my wife. And I realized that there was no Latino contributions to the making of American history in his textbook. And so, as Super Sleuth,
so I got to turn this right, don't I?
On that history on Amazon and went to all the sites, and it was I that was changed. My molecules. When I found all this information, incredible, countless facts and data about our contributions to making of the U.S. and the world, I became a different person. From feeling small to feeling like a giant.
Well, John, your entire career, as I said in the introduction, you've kind of been.
Oh no, am I going the right way?
Latino-ness.
No,
You've been the person who has been speaking about like this is who we are and these are our contributions. For this documentary, though, you will choose 3 different time periods, and I'm really curious how you decided to choose them, because
No, I am going the wrong
as I
way.
think
Oh
I
my
heard
god, it
you
was
say,
going the right way.
There is no Ken Burns doc or Discovery Channel
See, this
show,
is why we have that
or
trading
even
thing.
textbooks. I mean, you went to Amazon to find some of these books, but a lot of the history that is in this documentary, many of us have never heard before.
Tanya,
Alright, I think I'll just
John Hopkins University
go back into the thing.
US, did a study and found that 87% of Latino contributions
Oh, actually no, hang
in
on.
the US
Can I do it
are
this way?
not in history textbooks. So that's what's in this show, that 87%.
Come on, can't I just park it this way?
When I did the
There you
show,
go. Beautiful.
I wanted to be like Latino culture was on trial.
See, totally worked.
And I wanted to have evidence. I wanted to have facts. I wanted to have testimonies. I wanted to have quotes. I wanted to have evidence to support this.
Alright, there you go. Another $5 grand.
And they're going to be deniers about our contributions.
Alright, and we've checked out
Fact-check proof.
El Dorado, have we?
And so I got these historians, these experts, these archaeologists.
Well, we can go to El Dorado.
I got all these allies
113 miles away. Oh, Hot
40 years
Springs.
in the business.
We haven't
These
been
allies to
there.
come and make these quotes
I
come
don't
to life.
think.
There's not a lot of footage.
We went through Pine Bluff. We checked out Jonesboro.
1600, so I had to get quotes as many, and I pulled as many as I could, and I got Bryan Cranston and V.F. Schreiber and
Yeah, we need to work our way north though. Get these three, and Harrison as well. I think that's it then, isn't it?
incredible allyship.
Or should I go to El Dorado?
I mean, the facts are astounding.
Right, you're like a walking textbook.
Nah,
now.
let's do
And what
this.
I also feel from you is
Whatever.
kind of this phenomenon that always happens is
Our
once
truck's
you
a
see
beast. I believe in it.
unsee it. So, like you really sound like a
Alright, I
man
think there's
on
the
a
trailer next to us.
Yeah, I'm like the Rain Man
Yeah.
of Latin data and facts, and I'm okay with that. I'm nerding out on you, I know, and on your public, but these facts.
Yeah, don't be a nerd. What the
They change your
hell?
chromosomes. They change your DNA. You know, you're a young Latin
Alright,
man,
beautiful.
a young Latin woman in America, and you're growing up here, and there's nothing in
Oh, hang on. Did that count actually as El Dorado? I probably should have checked that, shouldn't I?
feel very small. And then when I
I
start reading
did.
these facts
Oh,
about
that doesn't matter. We'll go to the city centre. We might have a better chance of.
were bigger than European empires. That they were more advanced.
We'll have a bit more choice there, won't we?
European empires. It blows your mind that the Aztecs had toilets with running water.
Well, but yeah, interested where that bridge is going to lead.
That the Incas had superior.
So is that going to lead into, was it not Louisiana? Would it be Tennessee actually? I forget where the states are now. What is east? South is Louisiana. What is east? It is Tennessee, isn't it? So yeah, that bridge might lead into there then. God, it's nice having shadows. God, how much that actually adds to the world, actually having with shadows and stuff. All right, go.
101 as we continue to discuss this docu-series, because for the people, I think it's important for us to know you share the distinction.
All right, just over 100 miles.
Especially as it pertains
This is basically just a cash padding job, I guess, as well. Get to around 50k. Start to feel a bit more comfortable about things. And we basically doubled our money then when we got up to that much from tonight already. Right, stay green, stay green, stay green, stay green, stay green. Good. Now we get to see how beautiful Arkansas is, aren't we?
Hispanic means you speak Spanish, and for the most part, Hispanics are from Spain. But we are all Hispanics because we all speak Spanish. But Latino means you're not from Spain. Means you're from Latin America. Means you were colonized. Means you're from the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, and South America, and that includes Brazil and Haiti. We're all Latinos who experienced a lot of oppression, slavery.
Oh no, I've got to turn left. Or is it green? Might be green. Yeah. Go.
And Latino is African, indigenous, and Spanish by blood.
I'm gonna snap to that because that's exactly what I feel Latinos. The majority of us are
Yeah, on Hamburg.
for Latino.
I'm in the right Euro truck. Am I in the right truck sim? Am I in Euro truck sim? Hamburg, 21 miles away.
But they do run things in Latin America, and that's where
Doesn't look like Germany, does it?
happens and racism in our own countries exists.
Little Lake Bio. Okay.
Is to chart how language in particular.
I think it's meant to be birds in the sky, and they just look like rectangles. With our graphic settings, there's loads of rectangles sliding around.
Over time, we saw this enter the school system, where children were separated from their Spanish language. And Professor Veliz Ibanez talked about a memory growing up in the Southwest.
Okay, so yeah, this is kind of like the Louisiana kind of like look as well. All these biomes, biox.
Has many implications and many consequences.
Church to the right.
In our particular case, Spanish language has been used as a racist trope. And for those of us who were in school, we were forbidden to speak Spanish. And for every word of Spanish,
Oh, we've got to take a picture soon. Yeah, we're in Hamburg now, so this is one of the settlements.
So you went home and your mother might bathe you when you were 5 years old.
Bit different from what I remember.
What are those marks on your rear end? And I told her, I said, I got spanked. Well, did you misbehave? I said, I don't know. But I
Hey,
didn't
screen,
know I was
go,
being
go, go.
spanked. What occurs is that the child then learns to associate pain with the language that the child is speaking. Now that language is internalized very early on. The language is spoken by a mother to her child when she's
So what are we
cooing
taking a
her
picture
child.
of?
Ay, mijito lindo. O le está cantando en español. It has a
I guess it's going to be like a town hall or something.
that you've got to hate this language that your mother raised you upon.
Oh, it's a church, okay.
That was Carlos Velez Ibanez, professor of transborder studies at Arizona State University, from
There it is, Church of Hamburg.
and hosted by my guest today, John Leguizamo. And John, he is touching on the mental health toll of being separated from your language.
No, it's still green on my screen.
Raised, and we're going to talk about that. But what was
Oh,
your
we got away with it. Nice. All right, let's keep going.
Well, what he said was so touching and so painful to reveal that I learned in this documentary series. And what he's talking about happened all over the Southwest and the West because, you know, it
Nice
was
little
all
lakes round there, or like rivers as well.
New Mexico, Arizona is dry land, Nevada's snowy land, California's beautiful.
What's that, Bass Drop? Is that the name of a place? Bass Drop?
As well. They call them Juan Crow logs. And you would see these signs that said no Negro.
Yield? Nah. I'll be doing that.
We were at the bottom of
El Dorado, 51 miles away apparently.
Yes, underneath the dogs. Because we were the majority of the population all over the West and the Southwest. It had all just been Mexico, you know, from 1830s. It stopped being Mexico when we were invaded. So I had a different sort of understanding of Spanish because I didn't grow up in the Southwest. I grew up in the Northeast.
Dunkin' Donuts! Let's get some donuts, shall we?
We Latinos are a little younger population here, and my parents immigrated here, so they had a huge pride of Spanish. They would force us to speak Spanish at home, you know, and I was very reluctant.
Like halfway there, or halfway through our journey.
Classes was English, so I did not want
Oh,
to speak
maybe I don't want to turn.
Spanish, and they would force me to speak Spanish, and now I regret being such an obstinate child because now I want to.
It's going to turn green when we get there. Yeah.
You were going to school as a young man. And
Well, is that to our right?
did you ever
Oh, a
feel
big ass
shame
power plant.
about
Okay.
Spanish?
That must be the nuclear plant then, is it?
You felt it, but then I'll go back to my neighborhood, you know, and everybody was Latino in my family, obviously, and spoke Spanish, and then you had this confusion as to a sense of pride and a sense of shame because all you saw was negative imagery of Latinos in the news, and then you were absent in school, like you weren't. There was no pictures of Latinos.
No, come on, we can beat the SUV.
In literature and math.
No, truck, what the hell?
And you had to navigate all these feelings, these complex feelings.
Damn your SUV. Alright. We'll catch up to them.
You know, I was a problem child because you have a certain intelligence.
Alright, I hope he's just flat out to El Dorado. Just get to enjoy some forest around here.
Your own culture and you start acting
short break. If you're just joining us, my guest today is John Leguizamo. We're talking with him about his new docu-series on PBS called Voces, American Historia, The Untold History of Latinos. We'll continue our conversation after a short break.
Am I going to have to turn off Eldorado half a mile?
Hi, I'm General Manager Rich Fisher. On behalf of our staff and producers here at Public Radio,
Or is that just half a mile to on the highway here?
the station during our fall flood drive.
I think it is.
For your belief and support of our public service mission, we will work consciously every day to return that trust to you.
Oh, what's that over to the left? Is that a little industrial park?
You too can make a gift today. At
Looks like it, doesn't it?
publicradiotulsa.org. And thank you.
Oh,
This is Fresh Air, and today, my
sorry,
guest
didn't mean to
is
do that.
actor, comedian, and activist John Leguizamo. He has a new 3-part documentary series now airing on PBS called Voces, American Historia, The Untold
God damn it, would be there already, weren't we, if I didn't accidentally hit this freaking parking brake.
about politics for a minute. You're famous for saying that Christopher Columbus was the Donald Trump of the New World, which of course had many people gagging, so you have no problem giving your opinion about politics. Right now,
Oh yeah, Christopher Columbus is a horrible person. Alright.
Vice President Kamala Harris leads former President Trump with Latino voters 54 to 40%. And Democrats, we know, usually have a larger percentage edge than this, at least in the last 4 presidential cycles they have. You have been very
No, I want to
saying that
turn.
Harris wants the Latino vote. She's got a campaign.
Nah, you're running out of
Do you
fuel.
feel that she should be doing more?
I mean, looks like we're coming to a fuel stop anyway.
The Republicans are doing more. They're coming aggressively for Latinos. They did it against Biden and Hillary. They come to our Spanish stations. They buy ads. They go WhatsApp. You know, Trump signed those checks that went out that Latinos believed he actually did sign them, and that he does have that money, and if he becomes president, that he will give them those checks. So Kamala needs to knock on our doors, come into our towns.
Nice, yeah, and this I made it to Eldorado Central. Maybe we go from here.
Is economics. So with what's going on, Trump is blaming Kamala for inflation, for the prices at the grocery store, for
Looks like we are actually. We're going right.
So she needs to speak on that and come into our neighborhoods, because we're winnable, we're gettable, but you have to court us. We're not going to come there just because you want us. You have to win us over, and you got to do it
There you go, beautiful.
all the states that are vulnerable.
270, I can do anything.
That are always ignored.
Alright, we'll just drive straight. That's a bit easier.
In Arizona, Texas.
I know, I'm not sure I like the placing of these pallets, although
Give them money. You got to include them. They work tirelessly, and they'll give you so much bang for your buck.
You know what's interesting for me, John, is that this
there we go.
documentary that
Beautiful food delivery down.
it actually gives context in many ways to where we are now, in particular with the immigration debate. And I was
We're pretty good at this trucking thing, aren't we?
intersecting with this larger political
Alright,
debate,
can't
because
job
it is very political to
offers.
say, hey everyone, the
So,
narrative that we've
where
all
did we
been
want to
taught,
go?
There's another perspective here, and in some
Not Little
instances,
Rock, you've already been to Little Rock.
taught is straight up not true.
Oh, and they want us to go to Oklahoma.
Immigration. I went into a pyramid that's 2,000 years old in Teotihuacan, Mexico.
We go to Kansas as well. Not sure about that.
Because it's very sacred. It's a tomb, and the walls are painted with mercury. And it's
Alright, maybe we do go to Little Rock. Heavy bulldozer. To Itachi.
So when you came in with torches, you were in the underworld.
What is that? 178 miles away.
And what we found there was
There's Pine Bluff, 114.
jade from Honduras. We've been trading.
We're 145 miles away.
Southwest was a
Yeah, let's do the big ass bulldozer. Why not?
civilization for all indigenous peoples in North, Central, and South America. So it's always been a porous border, and we caused a lot of the problems in Central and South America. That's causing.
Oh, hang on, need to back it up.
These people have to escape their countries and have to go to this border. So it's a very complicated issue. Kamala's going strong against immigration, and that she's going to be tough on it, and she has to win this election. because even immigrants don't feel empathy for other immigrants. You know, I'm different. You know, I'm an artist. I have empathy for everybody. I'm a parent, and every child in the world is my child.
Oh, there we go. Censor it.
Feels that way.
You mentioned how some immigrants don't have empathy for other immigrants,
Perfect.
specifically as it pertains to this issue around immigration. Can you elaborate on that? And why do you think that is?
Some immigrants feel, I guess they feel
Where'd I turn
empowered
off?
by going against
Here.
other immigrants, and I guess they feel more American or less othered if they attack others. I think there's a syndrome of that. And some immigrants are afraid of immigrants taking their jobs because those
Perfect.
are the jobs
Let's
that they
go.
might take. They're not coming for white jobs. Forget that. I mean, nobody, the jobs Latinos are doing, nobody wants. That's why they're doing it. That's why we need immigrants, because immigrants...
All right, back to Little Rock then, and then hopefully from Little Rock we can go to, what's it, the northwest of Arkansas and check that out.
The Central American immigrants that died on the Maryland Bridge, they were doing that infrastructure work. We built Katrina back. After Hurricane Katrina, we built Louisiana back. There was mostly Honduran and Mexican laborers, and then they got shafted. They sent ice on them, and they wouldn't pay them. But you know, we're doing the work. We're feeding America. We're doing all that labor that nobody wants. It's jobs. I mean,
Right,
America does not
go.
function without Latino immigrants. It just doesn't. It never has and never will.
I feel like it should be using my Mack truck. My Mack truck's actually upgraded. God, I don't think this is.
Latinos in particular, of course, knowing that Latinos are not a monolith. But what do you think the appeal is for Trump?
Because he lies. He lies. He says crazy things that he can't do, he won't do. But they believe him. They believe that he's going to cut taxes, that he's going to make taxes disappear. He spews so many lies, and they stick. And Latino immigrants and Latinos believe it. And that's the problem.
Oh, is that not a BMW?
Is actor, comedian, and activist John Leguizamo. We'll be right back after a short break. I'm Tanya Mosley, and this is Fresh Air.
Oh. Oh, blah 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 blah. Oh, that's like the first pickup we've seen. What the hell? Yeah. Good, nice music. No good. What? No. Oh, wait, we can only go left here. Why have we got to indicate? Oh god, I hope this isn't copyrighted. Whole stream taken down because I didn't switch over from the Mexican music. Alright, what we got? Swift flying something? Is that meant to be Boeing?
DIY's Fresh Air and its commitment to sharing ideas and encouraging meaningful conversation. Support for
No, let me change the graphics so it still looks a bit rubbish on my screen. Let me see. Options.
Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Price and coverage match limited by state law. And from Project Lead the Way, where they believe learning by doing helps every student in every grade be STEM successful. Learn more at pltw.org.
How can I go back to just the normal settings? I want to. There we go. Maybe just too high. Do that.
Gave a speech that would eventually change this economy. In the moment, though, didn't go over real well.
The phrase "the Great Society" seems
See if that looks better.
to be, you know,
Oh.
cornball beyond.
Let's got rid of the traffic. That's much better.
in this economy in new and different ways. Next time on Marketplace.
Tonight at 7 on Public Radio 89.5.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by Crystal Bridges Museum of American
Hang on, we've gone from public radio to another public radio.
Knowing the West. Untold
Oh, there's a
stories of the West,
old school pickup.
including those of Native American artists, women, and more.
Oh crap, they're coppers.
January 27th. More at crystalbridges.org.
Can't be using my shortcuts.
National Public Radio from the University of Tulsa. Public Radio 89.5.
Come on, truck. Let's go down Veterans Highway.
This is Fresh Air. I'm Tanya
Oh, what's
Mosley,
that?
and today my guest is actor, comedian,
Is that corn?
activist John
No.
Leguizamo. He and
Oh, that's a
director
sofa.
Ben Jesus have created a three-part docu-series now airing on PBS called Voces, American Historia, The Untold History of Latinos, which explores the history and contributions
Oh, is that one of
Latino
those?
people in America.
Oh, is that just a highway truck? I thought it's one of those with the, like the big ass deliveries, like special transports. I thought we were going to see someone else do a special transport for once.
Moulin Rouge, and his one-man
Well, I guess
show
not.
for Broadway, Mambo Mouth, Freak, and Latin History for Morons. His new play, The Other Americans, begins its run in D.C. this month. In it, Leguizamo stars as Nelson Castro, a Colombian Puerto Rican laundromat owner determined to give his family a better life, which comes at a cost.
Dun dun dun.
John, earlier this month, at the 76th Primetime Emmy Awards, you spoke about the importance of representation in Hollywood, and you mentioned how you grew up seeing white actors playing characters of Latin descent. And how
There's our big ass driver, Alex B, getting 48 grand. He's leveled up as well. Oh my god. Oh, what's going on here?
And I'm one of Hollywood's DEI hires.
It's like the FedEx truck has decided to just park there for some reason. Look at that, almost it's going to be over 100 grand after this delivery.
And everyone in this room tonight has dedicated their lives to diligence, excellence, and imagination. So we are all DEI hires. And man, what a beautiful and diverse room this is tonight. Wepa. Because when I was growing up in Jackson Heights, Queens, a scrawny little wannabe gangster, you're not from Queens, don't lie. I didn't know that people like me could be actors. At 15, I didn't know the word representation. Actually, there were a lot of words I didn't know back then. But I saw a lot of brown face. I saw Marlon Brando play a Mexican in Viva Zapata, and Al Pacino play Cuban gangster Tony Montana, and Natalie Wood play a Puerto Rican beauty named Maria. Everybody played us, except us.
It's Little Rock, 89 miles away. Big old truck stop. Oh, actually, there's fuel there. Don't we need fuel? Yeah, let's come here.
And I know some of you remember the Looney Tunes cartoon mouse, Speedy Gonzales, the fastest mouse in all of Mexico. Arriba, arriba, ándale! And his lethargic, useless sidekick, Slowpoke Rodriguez. Sorry, Senor Pussycat, I can't play with you no more.
I don't remember his sidekicks.
And that's how we saw ourselves, because that's all we saw of ourselves.
That was my guest, John Leguizamo, at this year's Primetime Emmy Awards, talking about representation in Hollywood. John, what was the reception to that speech?
Oh my god, how much is it going to cost? Not going to be $1,000, is it?
And seismic. I was a little nervous.
800. All right. That's okay.
And luckily, the Emmy committee relented and allowed me, because Chris Abreu,
Don't mind me.
the new chairman of the Emmys, is a Latino, and he fought for me to be able to say
show them what you were going to say before you
Pink ski truck. Dun dun dun.
and there had to be a lot of conversations because they wanted to keep it light. They didn't want people to feel bad. So I made it as funny and light as possible, but I still got my points across, which was powerful. And I saw,
We'll go after this. Go, go, go.
Nodding, hooting, hollering, snapping back, and I was like, oh my God, I got him. And it was quiet sometimes. You could hear a pin drop and then the laughter, and it was wild. It was such a beautiful experience.
There's so many movies that we grew up with that.
Hang on, is that sign floating? No, okay. I thought it was like in the middle of the air.
Scarface, all of the guys. I grew
Oh,
up
there you
with
go.
that. It was
This is what I expected more of Arkansas. Over the
your relationship with some of those
countryside, I guess. I mean, it is called the natural state, so
sit in those stereotypes? Mexican
for the more rural.
and westerns, or the West Side Story, that cast all white actors to play Puerto Ricans, and Scarface.
Yeah, at the time I was like, I was.
Alright, just continue having a straight road like this for another 86 miles. We'll be very happy.
Feel like I didn't deserve to be the leads in our own stories. I was made to.
Alright, I might need to take advice of the weight limits though, because my god, this thing is not chugging along quickly.
You took an opportunity of a Latin person.
Feels like in this view, even though it says 45 miles per hour, it feels like I could run faster.
Latino. He's a white European.
Even though me running is probably, what, 5 miles per hour? Like,
because we don't have Latino executives.
that's for the first 100 meters before I run out of breath as well.
Taking Latino roles. Pacino, you're a white Italian. Why are you taking playing a Puerto Rican in Carlito's Way and playing a Cuban in Scarface? Those should be Latino roles, and they should be Latino.
Oh, a little farm. Is that a farm? Oh no, it's a quarry. Okay.
This Menendez.
Doing some mining there, don't worry.
There's only one real Latino.
Gory and blind.
One real Latino in that cast. It's a Latino story.
Game looks much better now though.
But there's plenty of Latino actors.
Hoping it's it looks like it's staying smooth as well. On the stream.
I think he's an incredible actor, but he's not Latino. He's a white Spaniard, and a little bit of brown face going on, and that's not cool. I'm gonna do like Kendrick Lamar, going after Drake. I'm sorry, but those roles should be to David Zayas, Benjamin Bratt. There's tons of Latino actors and talent out there. Put Latinos in Latino roles.
Hey Brayton, how you doing? We're doing like our 4th delivery. You missed Arkansas at night. It was, illuminating. See, nothing. I know. It knows as I probably expected, being called an actress. So, lots of rural, the odd big city or settlement. It's pretty cool. Plus it's quite a small state as well, so I'm hoping from Little Rock here we can go to the northwest, which is the only corner we haven't really explored yet. Like we've come from the southwest all the way up to the northeast, down the northeast to the southeast, and now we're going southeast to the middle to the northwest, hopefully. Good, sorry for lack of meetings, that's alright. I know you're busy at the moment. I'm ill at the moment. It's not a good combo, unfortunately.
And even if I asked them, my agents, to put me up so they would see me, they wouldn't see me.
You met the 4 people of Arkansas. I've only seen one.
Even if I was as good looking as Brad Pitt,
He was at a depot, like 5 in the morning. He did not look interested in us.
And so I tried to find some other venues, and I found performance art, and there I started creating my first show, Mambo Mouth. I would do all these characters, and then I realized, oh my God, what I am saying, people are loving. And so I went to Win Hammond's class, and he saw my monologues, and he loved them, and he put them on stage at the American Place Theater.
Well, overtaken.
The rest is kind of history. I got an incredible review in the New York Times.
Look at that timing.
And then all of a sudden,
Nailed it perfectly for the left-hander. I mean, straight ahead. Just let you know. Okay, that's alright, Brayton. Whenever you throw it all, someone got busted. That's the second person of Arkansas who's seen the cops. Like, cops, disinterested person. Half down, half 2 to go.
Was it like 5 or 6 characters on stage? And you've said that
Pine Bluff,
like
left lane, right lane.
taken over, almost like shamanism. Can you explain what that was like? I mean, at this point you were like in your early 20s, right? We're talking.
That's alright. I've got myself actually in streaming news for the channel. I got myself, was it a Steam Deck Plus anyway as well? So I'll probably just be spending the weekend setting that all up. Because I got a normal Steam Deck here, but I wanted the Plus because I got the knobs and everything for my mic and stuff. Because I'm going to be changing this mic. Might be one of the last streams you actually see the big ass mic. We changed my audio interface to the Steam Deck Plus. So yeah, I hope I can have a better workflow for the stream then. and I'm not having to like
writing these things that they're just flowing through you.
hover all over the place with my mouse. I can just do it on the Stream Deck Plus then. Should be good.
That kind of come up today for you.
Bloody hell. Alright.
I don't do them as much as I used to. I used to do them all the time. I don't do them as much.
Rip mic, I know. I'll still have it around, but this thing is like creaky as hell, like the mic stand. Plus it just takes up so much room on my desk. Like I don't have a lot of room here to work with, unfortunately, so whatever way I can make to find space, I have to take it. I might be getting a new desk anyway, because this thing is literally falling apart, so. A bit like the mic stand. This is literally held by friction. My mic stand.
This year, Democrats and Republicans aren't only trying to win, they're also trying to lose by less in the
So yeah, I might need to do big investments over the next couple of months. Just like keep upgrading stuff. That's what I'll ask for Christmas. Just give me a desk, you know. Big ass desk. 4 legs. Top. That's it. That's all I want.
NPR comes from the station. And from Insperity, providing HR services and technology.
Oh, we can watch the video. Hang on, let's watch the video. Let me go this way.
HR Matters. And from Bank of America, offering access to resources and digital tools designed to help local to global companies make moves.
Oh, we got a bit of money. We can afford to go through red lights now. Get some Mackie D's as well.
This is Fresh Air, and today my guest is actor, comedian, and activist.
Oh, there's the thing. Oh, look at that art. That's pretty cool. What is that?
On PBS called Voces, American Historia.
Is that a couple of foxes getting frisky?
You wrote in your memoir a few years ago, and I gotta say the name of your memoir because I also am just curious how you come up with titles. But your memoir was titled "Pimps, Hoes, Playa-Haters, and All the Rest of My Hollywood."
All right, let's enjoy. What is this? Oh, Little Rock. Okay. I've just blocked the road as well. That's beautiful. Yeah, look at those foxes. Oh, they're so happy. Yeah, I noticed that's it. I know. That's why I've got it like push to talk as well. Otherwise, you just hear me going. Not good.
And I took great pride in that. You know, every time I made my father.
So going next year on a.
That was a big score for me.
Was that something cruise for 5 nights?
At house parties and whatnot. I mean,
Family going on an MSC cruise. What's MSC? Is that like around like South Africa, or is that one of those like big cruise ships, or?
I was doing impersonations. I would imitate family members.
Oh, Happy Chapel.
At parties, I would put on costumes and whatnot. And on the street, I would just.
I like one of those sad chapels. I've got a Happy Chapel in Little Rock.
But then my math teacher, Mr. Zuffa,
but yeah, as you can see, not as big a city as you would see in like Texas or California and stuff, but it's all pretty big. I think it's got under 1 million people in real life, Little Rock. So it's like the size of, say, probably the biggest city or town near me here in England, which is like Brighton. It's around similar size, I think.
And I started taking classes with Sylvia Lee, and that was the beginning of my acting career at 17.
That sponsor of F1 and yeah, big cruise time.
Oh, they were not.
Oh, what?
I mean,
they.
You can't blame them. They were immigrant parents, working class. They didn't see no.
I'm just making sure I'm not hitting anyone.
On stage.
That one, that sponsor, that NASCAR driver, that sponsor.
But I didn't care. You know, I was. You know, I was very independent, and I was very anti-authority.
Flying from Johannesburg to Cape Town, and boat from Cape Town to Namibia.
I don't know what happened to him. He was when he was 19. He went to Italy, and he studied in Chini.
Me know English, alright. Yes, oh, okay. That's really cool. I want to go in that lane. Kidding.
I don't know, either he felt competitive towards me. I think he just thought that
Turned green as we went through it. Perfect.
You've said growing up you were too hood for the intellectual kids, too intellectual for the hood kids. Before you found
Oh no, they actually no.
where did you fit? Where did you
I think it was the police that stopped opposite. God damn it.
wherever I could. You know, I moved every year of my life until I was 15.
Oh, that's really cool then. So you're doing a cruise from like,
and be the new
yeah,
kid on the block. So I got into a lot of fights and also
Johannesburg. No, flying from Johannesburg. Oh, so Cape Town to Namibia, do a little cruise. That's really nice.
comedy to make friends. And you know, I find friends in the park. You know, you find friends.
Do you actually get to stop off in Namibia then, or is it just like
You'd make some kind of friend. You know what I mean?
you've made it, get off? Like,
when you lived in Colombia for a year.
like you're now Namibian, no longer allowed to go back. I know this guy that is talk and have a motivation video with him. What? John. I would have forgotten what his name is. John the Zama. Yeah, they're talking about him doing a Latin, doing a book on Latinos in America and stuff. Not a book, a TV series. What's that, big ass factory?
And so they extracted me from the
I think I'm almost there. Oh my god.
Reassociate with those kids.
Well, they made Little Rock really little actually. Like, they really made it work up to its name there.
But now looking back, they saved me. Otherwise, I
Literally, it's just one main road.
What was that experience being in Colombia for that year for you?
At first, I was very depressed and so angry at my parents for taking me out
That's a random truck. Parked in the middle of like nowhere, it looks like.
I had girlfriends galore. I was very popular. I was funny. I was dancing all over the place and getting attention.
Yeah, stop off for a night, mum and sister getting passports. Oh, cool.
I didn't know these kids. These were all really wealthy Latino kids.
Oh god. So it's not just on the water then, that's really nice. It's like those like Caribbean cruises where you can like stay on a certain island for like a night or two. And then you're like off again.
So that was a reconnection with Spanish.
You know, John, when I first saw you, 30 plus years ago on House of Buggin', I
He's
thought
been
you were
acting for
just
30 plus years, oh my god.
like you were fully formed and understanding of your culture. And I'm just wondering,
Hang on, how old was he in the Super Mario film then? Was he like 20? We'll talk about a book, me writing a romantic murder mystery.
I think I would have been much more rebellious. I would have been much more anti-authority and anti-society.
Well, is your other half fitting in as the romantic part? And then your worst enemy will be the murderer. And then like,
And then when I started touring, I was like, wait a minute, what? And I got to Chicago, and there was a huge Puerto Rican and Mexican Cuban population. And that
what's it going to be set in? It's going to be like a what's it, Murder on the Orient Express type thing, or is it like on a boat, or?
And then I went to Texas. I was like, wait, I'm accepted in Houston,
Oh,
Dallas,
there we go.
Corpus Christi,
Turn this
McAllen, El
way.
Paso. And I was like, wait a minute, my
Oh my god, haven't any of the vehicles? Look at us getting better at driving. Oh. He says he stops early. Ace Lidl's on the map.
John Leguizamo, it was such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, Tanya, it was a blast. Thank you for giving me this space and for giving me this
The best friend is the victim. Dun dun dun.
Oh my God, you rock my world.
Chapter 1 done. Nice. How many chapters are you having?
Voces, American Historia, The Untold History of Latinos. Coming up, TV critic David Bianculli reviews the 50th season premiere episode of Saturday Night Live. This is fresh.
50 seasons of Saturday Night Live. Jesus. Oh, why is this not?
Capitalism with Dr. Matthew King, the founder and CEO of Our Common
Why aren't you accepting my lords?
Delving into capitalism's historic roots, its current challenges, and innovative models that could shape a more inclusive and sustainable future. The lecture takes place
Don't kind of
Thursday
get that in
evening,
capitalism,
October
mate,
10th
but
at 6
whatever.
o'clock in Helmholtz Hall on the TU campus. The lecture is free to the public.
What's that?
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by the George Kaiser Family
No, this is not going to work, is it? What the hell?
Tulsa, a one-stop hub that connects individuals impacted by the
Oh, hang on. It did make a noise
with
there.
services such as basic needs, benefits enrollment, and housing.
No.
More at justicelinkTulsa.org.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Right.
KWGS HD1 Tulsa. National Public Radio.
Oh, 10 chapters, nice.
This is Fresh
I
Air.
saw 80. Yeah, they're doing
The
Training
long-running
Academy
late-night
now.
sketch show that's run on NBC for
So
nearly
you can
half
actually
a
learn the
century
park
now.
properly rather than just wing it like I tend to do. So you could go to Hot Springs. Oh no, this is what we want. Yeah, go to there. That's what we want. So you can explore these Springdale and Fayetteville. That's totally how I pronounce it.
And Morgan Neville. But the spearhead of it all is the 50th season premiere episode
I see
of
Bath on a
SNL,
roll.
which was broadcast live last Saturday night. Our TV critic
Hell yeah.
David B. and Cooley has this review.
We might actually make it to the final again.
Jean Smart wasn't a star yet.
Hang on,
She had made
where's...
her mark in regional theater and on Broadway.
I'm looking at the wrong thing, aren't I? Here we go, that's what I'm looking for.
Is one of the co-stars of the wonderful CBS
Yeah, so after this
sitcom
we can hopefully go to there.
But she's been acting ever since.
I've not been to Hot Springs actually.
She took home the Emmy for her starring role in the
Oh.
comedy series Hacks. So
Okay.
she has the kind of history as well as clout
Doesn't matter.
that makes her the
We'll come
perfect
back down for Hot
host
Springs.
season opener of SNL.
Not choke again. Would it be Bath if we did not choke though? That's the Which way is it? Oh no, it's this way. Look at that old JC Bay. Oh, I know, it's this way. Okay. This is like another DLC, but they had it like JCB stuff.
Someday, I'm going to host that show. And this was the first Saturday that worked with my schedule.
Like any long-running TV series, SNL has ebbed and flowed over the years. But it's always remained significant and sometimes
Alright.
influential because of its constantly churning.
I don't know why we're going for like the heavy cargo loads when this thing can barely move with them, but it's given us good money. We're over 100 grand now. So maybe by the end of this stream we can actually afford to buy a... buy a garage in Arkansas?
The 50th anniversary show's musical guest was Jelly Roll, who's made a lot of inroads in a lot of pop culture showcases. But on SNL, he got to sing about something that was very serious to him, and counted on the studio and TV audience to accept and absorb it.
The broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock
Huh? Oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's a nice beat. Yeah, you got a nice beat. Yeah, good lyrics. Good lyrics. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Don't strike me. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, been losing yourself. Yeah, I've been losing myself as well. Yeah, been losing it. Buy a trailer. How much is a trailer though? It's like quite a lot. I was just thinking of buying a base to be honest after all of this. We should try and buy a trailer actually. Would a trailer... Would it save on costs on some of these jobs then? Not having to, get their own trailers and stuff? We could just use our trailer.
The show has found ways to make performers blossom and explode. And nothing is more valuable to the show in terms of comedy or impact than its political sketches. SNL opened this season with a very extended one, establishing the new or returning players who would take on this year's political
Don't hit the pops. Good.
Jim Gaffigan and Andy Samberg are among the new but
I want to say we can have a meeting on Saturday, but if it would be 1 AM or midday, I'll probably be asleep again, unfortunately, Brayton.
And so does a veteran SNL player returning to play for the first time, the current president of the United States.
We couldn't have
I'm not like you, I can't stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning anymore. I'm too old for that shit. Try to get you more money. Okay. Maybe we're looking at just getting a trader then. I'll probably have to get like the biggest trader though. Try and do that.
As soon as Carvey hit the mic, he started digressing in a way that was just as funny and probably just as memorable as the way he used to take on George H.W. Bush.
Folks, that's right. A lot of people forget I'm president, including me. But guess what? By the way,
Big old flatbed. Yeah, we do that. Alright, stay green lights. Stay green. Stay green.
we still got work to do, no joke. I'm being serious right now. Come on.
It'll be tricky for the writers to hit the right comic and satirical tones for the remainder of this election. There's a lot going on, and some of it on either side of the political fence just isn't very fun. But SNL has a good cast
There's a
this
Taco
year with some
Bell.
young new additions. So I'm willing to just sit back, watch.
Of course, there's a place called Alamo.
Just like I've been doing.
It's like $1. Mackie D's. Burger King. Subway.
He reviewed the premiere episode of the 50th season of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, and let's go into
Tomorrow
the...
on Fresh Air, we talk with economist David Wessel about the different plans that Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have for the American economy. Trump talks about high tariffs and deporting immigrants. Harris wants to tax the wealthy.
Wonder where that road leads to.
I hope you can join us.
I always wondered that about all these roads, if they're actually leading up to the, you know, new airs or stuff.
.com/banking for business. And from Dignity Memorial, helping families protect their loved ones and gain peace of mind by planning cremations and funerals in advance. Dedicated
That was such cheery music, and then it goes into planning funeral and cremations for you. Oh.
The Oklahoma Center for the Humanities is partnering with the Into Light Project.
Yeah, like it's called...
Archer, Drug Addiction, Real People, Real Stories.
Can't see if there's an eye.
Original graphite portraits of 30 Oklahomans who have passed
Get 'em,
away from
Lang?
drug overdoses, accompanied by written narratives.
Translated to Smile Festival. Oh,
The
okay.
exhibit runs October 4th to December 21st at 101 Archer's.
So we have a Smile Festival over here. Or used to, at least.
Humanities.utulsa.edu.
That's really cool, though.
60 years ago, Lyndon Johnson gave a speech that would eventually change this economy.
Is that going to have, like, your favourite artists and stuff as well, then?
The phrase the Great Society seemed to Ron and me to be, you know, cornball beyond.
Cool, I haven't been to a music festival in ages. Need to do that next year. Try and get to a music festival.
Tonight at 7 on Public Radio 89.5.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by Green Country
Alright, just over 100 miles to go.
Building affordable housing.
But yeah, going from the centre of Arkansas up to the northwest there.
Information about how home ownership can become a reality for more Tulsans at Green Country Habitat.
Not my favourite, but my mum's favourite's going to be there. Sister's favourite, okay. Oh, what, is it like family festival?
Israel is now fighting on multiple fronts and says it will hit Iran and hit it hard in response to Tuesday's missile attack. So what exactly are Israel's options?
It's Wednesday, October 2nd, and this is All Things Considered from NPR News.
Can't really tell my fuel status, can I? Looking on me. Did that get broken in the last update?
And I've got death row. Hurricane Helene has left North Carolina scrambling to prep.
I'm just going to have to rely until it flashes up like you're running out of...
I've been moved to a temporary shelter.
Until you run out of petrol.
Where can my ballot be delivered to?
Also mapping the brain of a fruit fly.
Turns out their tiny brains know when to fight and when to flirt.
The male
Right, how long we got? 76 miles apparently.
chooses exactly what to sing based on feedback he gets from the female fly.
And Stephen Colbert has feelings on whether you leave the tails on shrimp in sauce.
Ina Garten's got answers.
I thought it was going to end with Stephen Colbert's got feelings. Breaking news. Oh my god, save money for Tomorrowland. But it's more than 3,000 euros. Oh my god. Making it official yours. I thought you were the official. You know, you had the saying on the wrists.
announced that his administration is discussing next steps with the Israelis and reiterated that Israel has a right to respond, but ought to do
Is there
so
something you've got to do to make her official, or you just like over it? It's just like you date for a while, like, oh, alright, guess we're officially dating now. Don't really have any ceremony or anything over it.
Flood recovery after Helene has been slow in some hard-hit areas, including the mountain towns of eastern Tennessee.
I guess it's just meeting the parents and then, oh, it's actually, you know, we're actually serious now. Yeah, but now she's going to be officially asked her out. Oh, okay. Not on one knee, are you? Or... Oh my god, it's literally just going to be this highway, isn't it? To, yeah. To Fayetteville. Oh, sorry, Fiesta. Don't mind me. But I guess that'd be a Honda. I'm going to buy 2 types of flowers and lint chocolate. Ooh. Well, you're a romantic, Brayton. Right?
Many areas of California are forecast to see triple-digit temperatures today as an October heat wave continues. Member station KQED, Keith Mizuguchi reports.
Most of the Bay Area and a large part of Southern California are under.
I hope it goes really well for you.
That means temperatures are expected to rise to extremely dangerous levels. Overall, temperatures are 10 to 15 degrees higher than the state's average for early October. Red flag warnings are also in effect for parts of Central and Southern California due to dangerous
Hammersmith. What's with all the German names around there? We had Hamburg, and we've got Hammersmith.
Palm Springs at 117 degrees.
So we're going to have like Dusseldorf, and I'm going to be like, what the hell?
And San Jose.
Right, I can see where we need to go on the map now.
Weather is expected to continue through the weekend. For NPR News, I'm Keith Mizuguchi in San Francisco.
A strike by tens of thousands of dock workers along the eastern and southern U.S. coast is in part over fear many American workers have, namely having their jobs replaced by machines. Workers represented by the International Longshoremen's Association taking the picket lines early Tuesday.
Bobby Hopper Tunnel. Okay, maybe we won't have lots of German names then.
President Biden has called for the sides to return to the bargaining table. This is NPR.
What's this, Georgia Pacific?
And this is KWGS News on Public Radio Tulsa. It's 4:04. I'm Ben Abrams. Attorney General Gentner.
Oh wow, they're 6 hours behind it.
Council today addressing the
So SA20 Season 3 auction was yesterday. My team got root, but they're not joining next year.
The Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Spencer.
Probably not that big a loss. No, I mean, oh no. Oh.
Legislation from July of 2023
I mean, he got root.
$250,000 to the State Department to purchase.
Root will do like, what's it? Do the scoops for like 50 every game.
The department announced that instead of directly acquiring the inhalers at a bulk rate,
As yeah, we made oh, apparently I just need to find one more place.
Drummond says the State Department must work with the
So maybe we need to go to the other place up here.
services to determine the purchasing method for the inhalers.
Who was the most expensive player then? Trying to think who's who would be.
Life-saving medication reflects, quote, a lack of understanding of
Be like, what, Glenn Maxwell maybe? Someone like that?
perhaps a disingenuous
One player got 12.5 million rand.
A Kansas murder suspect was arrested in Broken Arrow yesterday afternoon. The suspect, Joseph Ferraro, was caught at the
Maybe not Maxwell. Maxwell's old now, isn't he? He's like 35.
Phone coordinates to find him and contacted Broken Arrow police. Ferraro is suspected of
Maybe one of the Sri Lankans? They've been really good.
You're listening to KWGS.
Maybe not 12.5 million rand good, actually.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Sony Pictures Classics, presenting The Outrun, a new film starring Saoirse Ronan. A young woman returns home to the magical Orkney Islands while on a journey of recovery.
I've got IHOP, Walmart,
only in theaters.
got a bistro stuck under a tree. It looks like from this angle.
This week and going into the weekend. Tonight, low of around 64 degrees. Tomorrow, a high of 93 with wind gusts as high as 20 miles an hour.
Oh, it's Stubbs. I didn't realise it was that highly rated.
92 degrees, and on on Friday night, low of 63 to round out the week. Moving into the weekend on Saturday,
God damn it, trailer.
near 93 degrees predicted.
It's All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Scott Detrow.
And I'm Mary Louise.
This is why we need to buy one, you know.
Says it will hit Iran and hit it hard following its
So
large
seasons
missile
one,
attack
he
on Tuesday.
was.
But exactly what options does Israel have when it is already waging war on multiple
Anyone,
fronts?
don't
For a
read
closer
chat and
look,
drive.
we're joined by NPR's Greg Myrie. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Mary Louise.
Start with what Israel is saying it might do.
So, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Iran made a
Come on,
big
where the hell do we
mistake.
stop? Oh, it's there. Okay.
Whoever attacks us, we will attack them.
Why
And
can't we
this
get
has really
transport
been
one of the
Israel's
little
position for
bulldozers? We had to get one of the big ones, didn't we?
back harder. So it's really not a question of
Alright.
if Israel will hit back, but a question of how and when. 2 quick points about Iran's attack on Tuesday. First, it was
There
a
we
big
go.
180
Turner Construction Group.
ballistic
We've
missiles
made it.
which pack a powerful punch heading toward Israel in waves. And second, Israel's defenses, with an assist from the U.S.,
Right, we're
again
nice and
proved
straight, so it
capable
should
and
be.
shot down most missiles. Now,
We should
these
accept
two
it this
combined
time.
attacks, one in April by Iran and this one
There we go.
Tuesday,
Beautiful.
means Iran has fired about 500 missiles and drones.
So that should
and
be
yet not a
half the
single
places
Israeli
now, I
has
think
been
we've
killed. There's been
discovered.
just a few injuries and limited
For
damage.
the cruising Arkansas thing.
Questions about proportionality. Okay, walk me through the range of military options.
Yeah,
Israel
it
might
is.
consider.
There we go, that's added. So yeah, we need to head to Fort Smith now.
Certainly 3 that seem possible. One is a very targeted
Oh yeah,
attack
all jobs need to be at
against
least
a
100 miles.
prominent
Maybe not.
Iranian
Maybe we can go
official.
down to
Israeli
Hot
airstrike
Springs
in April
then.
killed several senior Iranian military
Let me
commanders
see.
in Syria.
Jobs.
Israel has shown time and again the ability to do this. Second, Israel could go
So
after
yeah, we can go to
Iran's oil
Fort
facilities
Smith.
support. Oil is critical to Iran.
Oh,
However,
Fort
this
Smith's
could
there.
disrupt
I
global
thought
oil
Fort Smith
markets
was this
with
one.
spike
Okay,
prices
so that's
and cause
Springdale.
lots of unintended consequences. And third,
So it's got to be at least 100 miles. Let me see.
Something Netanyahu has long threatened. However, these sites are well protected. Iran
No, that wants us to go
intentionally
into
puts them spread around the country,
Oklahoma.
so an attack on one won't wipe out the larger program. President Biden said today he would not support an Israeli attack on Iran's nuclear facilities. We know the U.S. and Iran are discussing possible options. We don't know if they'll agree.
Greg, you're making me think there's
You
a
can
big
maybe do
difference
this
between
one.
Israel fighting
Oh yeah,
Iran's
buy a. Oh god, I
proxies,
forgot.
Hezbollah, Hamas, so
Yeah,
on,
okay.
and
Let me buy a
fighting Iran.
trailer.
From Israel's perspective, might it be smarter to focus on the proxies?
Let's
Well,
see,
you know, that's certainly a possibility.
services,
Israel has
trailer
dealt this
purchase. Here we
very
go.
strong blow to Hezbollah in Lebanon the past 2
Let me
weeks,
just
killing
move
top
myself into the
leaders, knocking
corner.
out its communication systems. And
There
on
we go.
Monday,
Oh
Israel
no, we don't need
launched a
crash
ground
counter.
incursion
Hang on.
into southern Lebanon.
Oh, did I accidentally stop the? Where's crash counter? There we go.
Not having all the resources it might need.
Alright, so we got drop deck, container carrier, flatbed, horizontal bottom dumper,
That's been under consideration or being asked
4
off.
booster logger, wooden lowboy, dry van, sliding top, end dumper, fuel tank, D-shaped tank, food tank, gas tank, grain hopper, bulk feed, dry bulk, aluminium flatbed double, wooden lowboy double, horizontal bottom dumper, livestock, chip van, insulated, sliding top RM double, reefer, insulated triple. Okay, we can't afford that. You're going a bit too far again with insulated triple. But and reefer as well, but we can afford everything else.
Is of course a key swing state that could very well
So should I go for what? Aluminium flatbed double?
Harrison from member station WFAE in Charlotte has been covering this and joins us now. Hey Steve.
No, but it stubs 3 seasons after each other. So seasons 1 is and season 2. Trent Bolt, Kane Williamson is there. Oh, nice. I forget Kane Williamson exists, to be honest, and New Zealand exists. It feels like we barely hear from them. Even though I know they've got a series to play in at home at the moment. I was in there playing Sri Lanka now, but yeah, it doesn't feel like we really hear much of New Zealand now. But Parejo, no, next to him. Which one? Well, this one. Wooden Lowboy double.
Bell said the state has had experience running elections after hurricanes. After Hurricane Dorian hit North Carolina in 2019.
So that's for heavy machinery and high cargo. Okay. Oh, customize.
And that may happen again. The state
What can we do?
by the end of this week what voting sites can be used and
Make it a triple. Just cause. Or single.
About 2 weeks away, but North Carolinians are already voting by mail, right? Like, how has that been up?
Let's see, you can make it a full wooden or wooden aluminium as well.
In the Helene impacted areas that have been sent out and haven't been returned. The U.S. Postal Service is
What's this? So we've got 3 axles, 4 axles. Can have 5 axles if we want. Oh my god. That's a bit of overkill with 5 axles.
Part of the disaster area, although flooding wasn't as bad there as it was in places like Asheville and Blowing Rock. She said
Yeah, we can maybe have the 4 axles. We can change the paint job as well. Yeah, I think we just keep it graphite grey. Choose a pin on the truck to view applicable. Okay. Oh, I see. So you can make it animate. Oh, hello. No, maybe we don't want that. Can I get rid of that? What's this? Can put a wooden deck on? Oh, no, not sure about that either.
Got it. Now let's switch gears lastly and talk about the
Put some mud flaps on.
North Carolina is so close right now. Just about everyone within a percentage point or two. Any sense yet?
What's this? Markers. Change the tires as well. Which I think we should.
By just 73,000 votes 4 years ago. I looked at 15 counties in the mountains that appear
Does it tell you the grip?
And if you tally up the results from those counties, Trump won them by a combined 57,000 votes.
Oh, I guess not.
Republicans this week who are very concerned that turnout
I thought it would have different grip, like with the trucks. Oh, I guess not. Oh, we can change the rims.
Unclear if that's going to be a priority.
Steve Harrison from member station WFAE. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Fruit flies. Scientists have found 50 million
Oh,
reasons
okay, so it's just tire and rims. Okay.
That is how many connections that scientists identified in the first complete map
Yes.
of an adult insect's brain. The map is already helping researchers learn how brains process information and make decisions and take action. NPR's John Hamilton has more.
The brain of a fruit fly does a lot for something the size of a poppy seed.
Okay, so purchase that. Where do I want to store it? So what have I got? I've got Austin, Tulsa, Wichita, Omaha. Sounds like I'm doing the... Was it alphabet? Portland, Sacramento.
Humans have roughly 86 billion. Murthy says to understand how the neurons
I don't know, where would I be? We'll probably store it in Oakland, shouldn't we? Actually, no, that's not where I am.
Perceptions, thoughts, actions. You really need to understand how information
Yeah, just do the nearest. Okay, let's do Oakland. Yeah.
all the way to the motor outputs.
Yeah, I've got a trailer.
set out to learn how a brain's wiring affects
All
its
right.
function.
Oh, these are standard. Oh, hang on, we got more. We got Load King.
A lot of diseases and neurological disorders can
Those are
lead to
literally flatbeds and drop decks, and a couple of hoppers as well. And we've got Prestige, which is again exactly the same. I know their stuff is much cheaper than the standard trailers. What the hell?
Of more than 20 million electron microscope images, all showing brain areas in a
I
single
don't know.
female fruit fly.
Okay, we've got a trailer.
Princeton scientists thought they could assemble those images in a
All
way
right,
that would reveal
let's
all the wiring between neurons. They named the project
let's do a contract then. That's what I wanted to maybe do.
Sun says the mapping process
What's that?
was a
Hot
bit like filling in an
Springs.
enormous 3D coloring book.
What was the one that was just over 100?
Wires of the brain, those are the branches of the neurons. You've
It's
got
on the
a color
Western
stay inside
Star
the lines.
ones.
But that coloring book is so huge, it would take tens of thousands of years for a single person to color it all in.
The team used artificial intelligence to speed things up, but Sung says the AI brain map had flaws.
Artificial intelligence is
So for this, can I just select the trailer then, or
team of human experts, people who are trained to do this.
or is it just not available on some of these jobs? Oh yeah, this was the one, wasn't it? Western.
The result, described in 9 papers in the journal Nature, offers an annotated map of all 50 million connections.
Western Star trucks, but I kind of want to go. I haven't checked out Harrison or Hot Springs.
For instance, does it amplify messages or inhibit them? That information is critical to understanding certain brain
Kind of want to do one to Hot Springs. Where are you, Hot Springs or Harrison?
Says the papers are an important step.
They're definitely in advance of where we were, but it's not like we now have it.
Oh, I need to pick the trailer up. Oh.
Need to learn how connectomes differ from
What is this effort?
and how behavior is influenced by brain cells that are not part of the connectome. Ruben says the project will truly be finished when
we can look at the brain of a fruit fly and
143.
understand how this little brain controls
93.
the fly and all its wonders, navigating in space and finding mates and fighting off competitors, how it does all those things.
Then he says it will be time to look at
Checked out Fort Smith though.
those in a bumblebee or a mouse.
If we could understand what makes a bumblebee so much smarter than the fruit fly, that would tell us a lot about what makes a human so much smarter than a mouse.
That may take a few years.
Let's do this. Let's do this one. Let's go to Corolla. $6 grand. Because then we can check out Harrison and we can go down to Hot Springs then.
And this is KWGS News on Public Radio Tulsa. It's 4:18. River Parks Authority is expanding the Turkey Mountain Trail system. The expansion will add more than 80 acres
Brakes.
and more than 6 miles of trail to the current system. Turkey Mountain will have nearly 750 acres of trail space once it's complete. At a groundbreaking for the project this afternoon, Tulsa Mayor's Chief of Staff Blake Ewing said the trail system makes the city special.
Alright, beautiful. We survived. Try to save money, buy a garage at Arkansas and teleport the trailer to this side. Yeah, now I've got to get 120 grand.
Deputy County Commissioner James Ray said the trails
we're
contribute
going.
to the Tulsa area's mission to become an outdoor destination.
We've got REI coming in, Shields coming in, this expansion, Zinc Lake, all the other great hiking, biking, water sports opportunities we have around here really makes Tulsa a destination, and River Parks is a huge part of that. This expansion.
Green, go.
The trail system is an effort between the city, Tulsa County, the Daryl and Julie Christner Family Foundation, and private donors. Coaching high school football pays well. 11 Tulsa area head coaches make 6 figures coaching 14 to 18-year-olds. The Tulsa World
You get 6 figures in high school.
highest paid in the Tulsa area and believed to be the highest paid in the state. Frederick makes more than $170,000. You're listening to KWGS News.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by Crystal
That's insane. That's the one thing I don't get about
Bentonville, Arkansas, presenting Knowing the West, Untold
American football in America. Because I've been trying to get more into college football as well.
through January 27th. More at crystalbridges.org.
And it's literally like, say, like rugby in, South Africa for you. Brighton. Except they get paid millions to play. Even at college level, like they can get endorsements and stuff, which can get them a lot. So I think I have to take a picture of this building. What's this? Historic Washington Country or Country Courthouse.
Learn more at Indeed.com/NPR. And from listeners like you who donate to this NPR station.
And then saying that even in high school you can earn 6 figures. That's crazy.
Wisconsin, a small town less than an hour outside of Milwaukee that feels like a world away from the big city. The main street here, Walworth Street, looks like it's been unchanged for decades. There's a barber shop.
Oh, there's another little.
Saloon, and a restaurant
Ain't seen anything pop up.
Pizza. This is a Republican strong.
Oh, they didn't actually. I only got 700.
You have to see our good selection of buttons. At the Walworth County
Democrats' office.
$700 fine, that.
Childless cat lady are especially popular. But Beth Garris-Padro finds a couple other pins she likes.
I am getting no hate in my state.
But yeah, like in any other sport, you'll be lucky to get. What, become a MLM when you become a pro. But yeah, American football's just on a different level money-wise.
We will this year. Maybe we'll wake up and suddenly Walworth County will be a blue county. I'm not going to bet my child's life on it, but we're heading in that direction.
I say we need to go back to high school, yeah, definitely. Or take out a small loan. I could do that, but I'd probably have to play this regularly to pay it off, won't I?
All this week we're reporting from Wisconsin as part of an NPR series called We the Voters.
That's the only thing.
Here in Walworth County, you could call the Democrats' strategy lose.
Because yeah, here in England, we don't have anything that pays anywhere near that, like at university level here, or college level.
A specific goal.
Well, I think the state figured out if we can pull 40%,
Like you don't even get paid.
then the state is good.
Can you imagine on election night when these county results come in, cheering that you got 43 or 45%, even if that means you lost the county?
Oh, because everything we do here helps. So Biden won, I think, by 21,000.
What? It was green when I went through it. Oh my god.
That's what we contributed. Now, I can't say that it was just because of us, but if we did nothing, he would not.
We have a grade 11 player that gets almost £3.5 million rand a year. He has 2 years of school left. He plays for Toulouse. Oh, okay. I was about to say, you guess that just for playing for school. It's crazy.
Closely decided. The parties understand that any little gain anywhere could make the difference.
That's what I mean. Like anywhere else in the world, you don't get paid at school level. Like just in America.
Barb Bigler and Margie Black are Democratic Party volunteers who live in Walworth County. They're walking through a neighborhood where Trump signs fill the lawns. But when I ask if they think
Like playing for your school, you know, you can get, you know,
No. I kind of don't like to think about the war and the battle.
as you say, play for Toulouse or play for like a,
So I don't really want to.
what's it, club or like feeder series. Yeah, you might get a bit of payment. There goes my McDonald's money. But it's red light or McDonald's money, you know, it's...
What's important to you?
Do you have any key issues you would want us to bring forward to the candidates? They're very interested.
No, I'm turning left. Oh, God's sake. Oh my God, I've got all the...
Definitely the abortion issue. I'm very.
Did I just get fined twice for red flag? Not red flag, red signal.
Anything else that's kind of like over my head a little bit.
Well, you're not alone in that, so please don't feel bad.
These canvassers told us.
Alright, so this is the north of Arkansas as well. So this side we got...
Promise to support the Democrat who don't want to put a sign on their lawn. And that's
Lots of buildings being hidden. It's like by like foliage, by trees. It's pretty wealthy round there.
I'll use the example of when Hillary and Bernie were running against each other in the primary. They were all Bernie signs in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you must
I,
feel like an outsider.
I don't put up a sign.
Maybe I just need to indicate right for every time I... Every time I skip a red light, it seems to be working.
And emphasizing the high price of groceries. They call the event Can Kamala. Hilario De Leon is the chairman of the Republican Party of Milwaukee County, and he goes through a bag someone just dropped off.
See, we got tuna, fish, and then it looks like we have.
There we go.
This is tomato soup or mini ravioli.
How I play in the world, you get 49 million rand a season, God. Oh, we don't have to discover every city, just have to discover at least 8 in Arkansas for this, okay. We done it.
It is not enemy territory for me. I've lived there my entire life. I do have the courage to put yard signs up. In the last election, we put up every Republican candidate, and I intend
It was green! You kidding? Sweet. Oh no, when it's red, I'll get through easily.
sports in the North Shore. So if it's a parent whose kid I've coached, it's a great icebreaker.
You think we were like in my area? You found my house, what? Was it like Centurion?
Democratic governor vetoed this year that would have banned transgender high school athletes from competing
Oh,
on teams
well,
that align
okay.
with their gender
Oh,
identity.
come on.
De Leon says other GOP volunteers lead with different
It's not
topics when they knock on
speeding.
We talk about economics. We talk about crime. We talk about,
Oh, Brackpan. Oh, okay. That's pretty crazy. You found yourself on GeoGuessr though. My area is too boring. We don't get found on GeoGuessr.
If we increase the percentage, if we get more than 35%, even 38%, that is a win, because the rest of the state will help carry us over the finish line.
The Democrats have been bragging about their rural ground game. They send out updates with the number of offices they've opened, doors they've knocked, volunteers they've recruited, and say the Trump campaign has not caught up. According to the latest campaign finance reports, the party's Wisconsin Democrats have outraised Republicans 4-1 this year.
Don't worry. Every time we lose in fines, we make up with this delivery, you know?
When I asked DeLeon about that, he said
That's like how it's meant to work, isn't it?
have more money to spend. They can't win the argument on the issues.
You know, they can have all of that at the end of the day, but one thing that they can't talk about is policies.
I am very aware that when Trump carried Wisconsin,
That's pretty awesome. Like,
it was with minimal infrastructure.
I think the closer I was thinking on GeoGuessr to my area is like, again, probably like Brighton or somewhere. Or Portsmouth. Because of the, what's it, football ground. Remember the football ground one? I haven't done GeoGuessr in ages. I haven't done it in like a year. And I still pay for the GeoGuessr Gold or whatever it is. Premium. I should probably get back into GeoGuessr, shouldn't I? I mean, they were doing the GeoGuessr World Cup recently. I didn't watch a lot of it, but it was like pretty amazing seeing people actually are good at GeoGuessr, see how they blow. We'll find you. Never.
He was nervous about
You see me on GeoGuessr, I'm just like a blur. Like, why is there a very blurry place at the end of this street? What the hell? Need to do F1 version or rally. Oh my god, I'll be terrible at rally version. Because I know the names of some of the famous stages. I have no idea where they are though. Like, but yeah, we should maybe do a stream again where I do like, was it Fork or GeoGuessr? Like do some quizzes and just do some GeoGuessr as well. Need to do that again. Because I've not done one of those chill out streams for like a couple years now, I think. Do it with you. Oh yeah, we could do the what's on GeoGuessr, that kind of head-to-head one where you get like a certain amount of points and then, you know, the closer you get the less amount of points you lose. We could do that. Yeah, Battle Royale. Yeah. Ruth, you only got $500?
Tomorrow morning from 5 to 9 on Public Radio 89.5.
That doesn't even cover a fine. What the hell?
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by Gilcrease Museum, presenting art in nature across the Tulsa community. Gilcrease in your neighborhood celebrates Black history.
Bloody hell, Montana. How long are you? Remember the fuel. Well, I filled up just before you joined, so I should have enough fuel for the rest of the night. But I can't really see the fuel gauge though. That's the annoying thing. So I don't actually know how much fuel I've got. As we're in Harrison. You found Harrison?
I'm Mary Louise Kelly. And I'm Scott Detrow. What is the best practice when it comes to fact-checking candidates in a high-stakes debate?
It's really important that fact-checking journalism get to people quickly and...
No, isn't it like we're going to the opposite of Walmart?
In last night's debate after the news.
The fuel light is on.
Live from NPR.
Oh no, that's my engine management light. That's been on for ages.
President Biden says Israel is weighing how it will respond to
It's only yellow. It's fine. All right.
and the U.S. and other large nations are behind them. Biden met today with G7 world leaders about new sanctions targeting Iran as Israel presses forward with a ground incursion into Lebanon against Iran-backed Hezbollah militants.
Okay, so this is like the 9th city we've discovered. We've just got hot springs to go, I think. And then we found everywhere. There's some coke. Oh. USBB Harrison plant. What the hell does that mean?
And irreversible progress to a two-state solution.
I guess we just go straight ahead. Yeah. I can do that. Bring us some coke, alright. I'll try and sneak in. If I put it in my flask, they won't notice, will they?
About school shootings, Vance said schools need to increase security to protect themselves.
We have to make the doors stronger, we've got to make the windows stronger, and of course we've got to increase school resource officers.
Anything but, you know, gun control. Okay.
Before buying a gun, a quote gimmick, and congressional efforts to ban.
Alright, so yeah, now we just got to go to Hot Springs. Go to down here. There.
Walls, on the other hand, turned quickly to gun control.
Oh, hang on, have we been to Jonesboro? No.
Doing is we start looking for a scapegoat. Sometimes it just is the guns.
In Minnesota, Walls has signed gun control laws, including a red flag law.
What the hell? Where? How far is
The
this?
punishment for giving guns to people who can't legally have them. Meg Anderson.
2K, 1.5K.
Modestly higher on Wall Street, tech stocks help lift the market. This is NPR. The state of Missouri closes voter registration for the general election in less than a week.
I guess go to Little Rock and then go down.
The time to register is shrinking in more than a dozen states.
Federal law requires most states to keep voter registration open.
Yeah, I guess we'll just do that.
6. That's the last day for eligible voters in Alaska and Rhode Island to register for the general election in person, by mail, or online. October 7th is the final deadline in 11 states, including the swing states of Arizona and Georgia. Other states with days left for voter registration include Florida, Indiana,
Alright, just turn around.
Ohio, South Carolina, and Tennessee. If you're eligible, but
Oh,
not
what
yet
if I nick
registered
that? They won't notice that.
Mississippi or
Get loads of
Texas,
coke then.
You may want to do some extra planning. Those states do not offer online voter registration, only in person and by mail. But if
Hey
you're
Richard, how are you? Oh
Missouri,
god.
you can sign up online through October 9th.
I probably should have
Officials across the country are
nicked that after I was reversing.
their voter registration
Hey Richard, how you doing?
Long, NPR News.
Analysts say the U.S. could see shortages and higher retail prices if a dock worker strike drags on for too long, impacting ports from Boston to Texas that handle roughly half of the nation's cargo and ships. Longshoremen are demanding much higher wages.
Quickly go behind and steal some gun.
Automation of cranes, gates, and trucks used to move that cargo.
Yeah, they think this is waste paper, but it's actually
Dock workers are the most recent group demanding
actually a whole, what's it?
off the job, joining the ranks of auto workers and actors.
Oh, like 100 bottles of coke here. That's not 100,000 bottles of coke. Could probably fit that much in here, could we?
For an ongoing car tag compact negotiation between Oklahoma and the Cherokee Nation. The Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Katie Hallam reports.
Governor Kevin Stitt is offering 2 separate compacts for the Cherokee Nation for both on and off reservation individuals. That's different from what he agreed to with the Chickasaw.
Oh, you're a truck driver, Richard.
Those
Nice.
2 tribes have the same deal for all of their citizens in the state. The existing
You'll probably shake your head at my truck driving, then, to be honest. I mean, I've already gone through a red light, so... British red... Oh, get out of it. Yeah, they've actually got, you know, like AMS too. They've got real-life weather effects. Oh,
Drivers living outside tribal lands will still be able to keep their Cherokee plates and acquire tags from a Cherokee tag office. In Oklahoma City, I'm Katie Hallam.
This is KWGS News.
Probably looks a bit different to where you drive though, Richard, isn't it? Like the, was it Barbados?
Fisher is committed to helping clients stay on track to reach their financial goals and enjoy a comfortable retirement. FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities.
What the hell's that
involves the risk
place?
of loss. From Angie, dedicated to helping homeowners find skilled pros to get their home projects done well. From every type
Oh, it's
of
just called
terrace to
Character.
major
Okay.
remodels. Reviews, pricing, and booking are at Angie.com or on the Angie app. And from the sustaining members of this NPR station.
It's All Things Considered. From NPR News, I'm Mary Louise Kelly.
And I'm Scott Detrow. Federal prosecutors are providing the most detailed look yet at their election interference case against former President Donald Trump. In court papers unsealed this afternoon, Justice Department describes how Trump allegedly conspired to overturn the results of
They drive on the right side of the road there.
2024 election is, of course, 5 weeks away at this point.
Oh, what do you drive on the left, like here in the UK, or?
Court papers, and she's here now to explain them. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Scott.
So again, this is a case brought by Counsel Jack Smith, it is not going to trial this year, so why are we seeing these court filings now?
We're seeing them now because the Supreme Court ruled this past summer that Trump and future presidents enjoy substantial immunity from prosecution for official acts they take.
Oh, you do drive on the left. Yeah, best drive, best way to drive.
To explain that Trump should not be immune from conspiracy charges because DOJ says he was acting as a candidate and not as president when he advanced bogus claims about election fraud.
So we need a bigger truck with 120,000 horsepower, 12 wheels. Yeah, I need to add that mod in, don't I? With... It wasn't 120,000, was it? It was something even more ridiculous, like 1 million horsepower, wasn't it? Or, I can't remember now.
Yes, prosecutors assert that on January 6, 2021, as rioters were rampaging through the Capitol.
Actually, it was that video of... Was it Jimmy doing a set of course, I think, with like the fastest cars? And there's that super truck which can go at like do Brands Hatch in 20 seconds. Like what? Like?
Returning dicey, prosecutors say, but Trump allegedly said, "So what?" There are also some new details about notes Pence took about his conversations with Trump, and the fact that Trump spoke with podcaster Steve Bannon the morning before.
It's like I could imagine if that ever happened in real life, the amount of power that your head would just be torn off when you accelerate. Just like.
The legal team has already signaled that they're going to argue that anything related to Mike Pence deserves legal protection. Why is
you have to watch the back of the truck while turning. Yeah, I'm not. Don't think I'm that great at doing that, Richard. To be honest, I'm like. I mean, I've already got a warning light on the truck as well, so.
All the way up to the Supreme Court. But today, prosecutors said they're leaving out some evidence they got from Pence, and they're only going to focus on Pence's very narrow.
Oh god damn it, Dunkin' Donuts, what you doing?
Proceeding on January 6th. They say the president and the executive branch have no authority to.
Oh, what you got? American runs on Dunkin'. Oh.
You know, it's pretty widely expected Trump will direct his next.
Yeah, I imagine you don't actually, you know, read the other truck signs as well while you're driving like that. 500,000 horsepower. And recently, was it the RB, the Gran Turismo 5 Red Bull or whatever is ridiculous, but yeah. He's turning right every time he sees McDonald's. Yeah, it's a trucker requirement in the USA, isn't it? You got the, every time you see McDonald's, you got to go for the drive-through. It's like the law.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
There we go, just so I can rest the foot a bit. And we're almost there already. Less than 50 miles to go. These simulators are awesome learning tools. Yeah, I imagine if you take this seriously, you'd be, yeah, a pretty good impression of actually being a truck driver. Maybe not the waiting at the yards bit, because it seems like you can get dealt with quite quickly. Just one button press. Oh look, I'm done already in seconds. Rather than rating up to like a few hours.
From media reports and videos posted online, it's possible to tell what they were aiming at actually. They struck around an airbase in Israel's south, a second airbase in the middle of the country, and then some numbers seem to have landed in the northern suburbs of Tel Aviv.
Didn't hit anything. See, no, the game recognised I did not hit anything.
Mossad is located.
Indeed, and do we know why these particular sites might?
But yeah, imagine this. There's, well, there's a simulator of everything. I think now, because I saw there was like a.
Because they were involved with the assassination of the head of Hezbollah in Beirut last week. Hezbollah is a militant group that
car get going.
very closely aligned with Iran.
It's not surprising to see Iran then target the military forces that might have been involved.
Because there's a simulator of like, what's it, Constructor Simulator 24, whatever, it's meant to be pretty good.
So possibly an act of retaliation. Okay, to the question question of how many missiles got through. How effective?
Of course, there's Goat Simulator 3, which is a very good simulator of being a goat. You know, there's lots of simulators. All they need is an Oceanic. Well, there's the Australian simulator coming. The Australian truck simulator. It's got like a demo on Steam, I think. But I think that's coming next year. So I'm hoping that's good. Better than the, what's it, Alaska Truck Simulator, which I thought, well, at least looked good, but doesn't seem to have actually been that good. Oh, god damn it. Damn you invisible walls, I wanted to go to the Mackie D's. Fine. I said fine.
Palestinian man was killed by a section of an Iranian missile that fell on him. But again, Iran wanted to focus on military targets.
I mean, Jeff, you and I have both reported from Israel, have seen the Iron Dome in action. It's, you know, a storied system of missile defenses.
Oh yeah, Supermarket Simulator. That looks pretty fun. There's a couple of those though. They're like different shop simulators. There's Weed Simulator 2 or whatever that came out recently as well. Saw someone playing that on Twitch.
Israel has a separate system known as Arrow, which can intercept these missiles, but they don't have as many.
It's literally an open world map as well. You literally hop from island to island to build your like little drug empire. It's like, what the hell? Recycled Simulator. That one, be right-hand drive from Australia, yeah.
Those missiles are more accurate, and they may even be able to move and avoid interceptor missiles.
Always embarrassing Australians, what though? No, gonna charge people £200 for free, definitely. They're freest of free-range eggs. I stole them from my neighbour. So.
Fascinating. NPR's Jeff Brumfield reporting there. Thank you, Jeff.
So, no, they're very valuable. As long as my neighbour keeps having, you know, eggs. Do you want chocolate? Because I'm eating now. Oh, come on. After this, I'm going to bed. Can't be eating chocolate now. Oh, I want chocolate now. What chocolate you got? Like, and I was saying that I was eating bourbons the other night for bed.
You're listening to All Things Considered from NPR News. Every week, a guest draws a card from our wild card deck and answers a big question about their lives. Terry Crews is known for his comedic
But you're gonna spank me?
like
Oh.
199 and his newest show, Everybody Still Hates Chris. He says
I didn't realise it was that co-driver relationship. God. Oh, you got Aero. Oh, I love Aero.
About appreciating whatever life throws at him. Here's Ray.
1, 2, 3.
And my local shop only has like the mint Aero, which is annoying.
Experienced awe.
Oh man, when I went to Iceland. I actually went to Iceland to do the Bear Grylls.
Because my favourite's probably like the orange Aero. I love orange Aero.
What was insane? They took us on a helicopter up to this mountain on top of a volcano and dropped us off there. And I'm like, oh my god! Now it took everything.
Oh, you got the caramel one. Oh.
I have to just pause. Does everyone know what Bear Grylls is? For listeners who don't know, he's a survivalist. He teaches
Yeah, that's like the
and you have deep, meaningful conversation, but also you're like in the middle of nowhere.
You're in the middle of nowhere. Like,
What? Why am I getting two fines? Oh my god.
Right? But let me tell you this. What blew my mind, I'm hanging on the side of this mountain, trying not to fall.
Man, it really has gotten dark.
It's like, and I'm going, oh, they weren't kidding. And his camera crew is doing it backwards.
Hey, and this is kind of where I started. Right, my first delivery of the night.
The sound man and the camera guy is hanging on the side of the mountain.
Was that your moment of awe when you like saw the curve?
What's this? Smithfield? Ate a can of caramel. This can. What? Just like lots of caramel in a can and just.
What?
Oh, we're delivering the same place we did before. Nice.
After we did our whole thing, I did get to sleep at the base of this volcano. Wow. And that was my nature almost.
Oh no, we drove past this place. We didn't deliver, did we, before?
Like my life. And you're in Iceland, like
the
sky is just, there's no street lights or nothing. It's like you see galaxies, you know, and you're like,
right, Union Pacific.
You're laying there
take my delivery.
That kind of thing. I've never experienced that. That was all.
Science applied to life, isn't that just science?
Just like, oh my God, this world is gigantic.
And does that make you feel unsettled or good?
Gonna love you in the Eve. You got to join my friend on GeoGuess. Alright, Brayton. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for making me jealous about your arrow.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm part of this, you know.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be awake for Friday so we can actually stream again. So yeah, chat to you then. Have a good night. Alright, let's get to Hot Spring. So you want to go here, well, to Hot Springs. So let's see if they've got a delivery there. They do not have a delivery there. Brilliant. Hold on, let me...
A farmer-owned dairy cooperative of small organic family farms dedicated to protecting.
Let me just choose any external contract.
Learn more about Organic Valley at ov.coop.
Did they not have anywhere to Hot Springs?
The Wichita and affiliated
Oh, there we go, Hot
Tribes is
Springs.
undertaking a solar
Roof
energy
shingles, we'll
project
take it.
with a newly announced U.S. Department of Energy grant. The Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Grayson Wheeler has this report.
The project will install rooftop
And then this will be like the last place we have to fit. Oh god. Totally saw that.
And Sugar Creek and Sweets in Hinton, which the tribe owns and operates.
It was all good.
The DOE is providing nearly $3.8 million.
But yeah, this will be like the last place we visit in Arkansas, like the main cities that we have to visit. I don't think we've gone through many what they call settlements, you know, cities that aren't marked on the map. I haven't gone through many of those.
You know, right now we have no green energy, and we're hoping that this will lead to other alternative energy initiatives for the rest of our operations.
Alright, but yeah, we began in the night. It looks like we're going to end in the night as well then.
In Oklahoma City, I'm Grayson Wheeler.
Another TV series from one of Tulsa's most famous residents has been greenlit for distribution. According to Variety, Sterling Harjo's latest pilot, called The Sensitive Kind, has been picked up by FX as a full drama series. Harjo filmed The Sensitive Kind in Tulsa earlier this year, including a set on 6th Street near Peoria. The new series stars Ethan Hawke alongside other big names like Keith David, Kyle MacLachlan, and Tulsa's own Tim Blake Nelson. Harjo is known for the hit FX series Reservation Dogs, about a group
What?
of
Tim Blake Nelson's from Oklahoma? That's pretty
this
cool.
week, he received a MacArthur Genius Grant. You're listening to KWGS News.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by the founders of the Shining
Oh, we're turning
Honor
right so we can
Project,
go.
enriching the lives of those with developmental challenges while honoring our nation's veterans. Meet and learn about Honor Team members at shininghonor.org/stories.
This is All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Ari Shapiro.
And I'm Mary Louise Kelly. Last night's vice presidential debate stirred controversy before it even started, as CBS announced the network's moderators would largely leave fact-checking up to the candidates themselves. That led NPR's David Folkenflik to seek out the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Bill Adair, founder of PolitiFact and author of a forthcoming book that argues fact-checking is not always up to the moment.
Bill Adair paid close attention to last night's vice presidential debate, especially the moderators.
The boldest moment, of course, was when they silenced the mics, when
J.D. Vance was going on.
God, they put this right at the back, didn't they? Is this it?
Does have a large number
No.
of Haitian migrants who have legal status,
Who is it?
temporary protected status.
That was CBS's Margaret Brennan. Republican candidate
No, there it is.
J.D. Vance wasn't having it.
Margaret, the rules were that you guys were going to fact check, and since you're fact checking me, I think it's important to say what's actually going on.
And then the moderators silenced the candidates.
Gentlemen, the audience can't hear you because your mics are cut. We have so much we want to get to. Thank you for explaining the legal process.
It was a moment when the network stepped in and said enough. And I think that was a really important moment that said to the viewers, we're not going to just let these guys keep talking and spewing things that are of questionable accuracy.
Well,
We're putting you first, viewers. And
sorry, a program just popped on my PC. I was like, what the hell's going on in the background? But yeah, it's like we're all good. Alright, 55 miles.
letting the candidates go on and on and on.
Let me
As a veteran
through.
political reporter in 2007, Adair founded PolitiFact to offer reported assessments, ratings really, of the truthfulness of claims from public officials and politicians, pants on fire being the worst of it. Others, including the Washington Post, joined the fray. Adair says that when he started, he simply wanted people to have these assessments as a resource to draw upon.
Alright, nice small load as well. We don't have a big load for once.
Whether it's a huge number of people that believe false claims about Haitian immigrants eating dogs and cats in Springfield, Ohio, something that is false, or more recently in Western North Carolina, where there were false claims about dams breaching and people freaked out. And so it's really important that fact-checking journalism
Come on, go, 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 go.
quickly and correct.
Just before it turned.
Political parties peddle falsehoods. Adair argues that Republicans lie more, and they lie worse than Democrats, and then they lie some more to discredit the people trying to hold them to account.
Alright, 53 miles to go. Before we see what Hot Springs is like at night.
Asymmetry that Republicans lie more. And to be clear, this was true before Donald Trump came on the scene, and it's even more true now.
As a result, Adair says, reporters
Well, why are you breaking in front?
hold their punches because they fear partisan blowback. After ABC put on the sole debate between Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris, Trump called for ABC to lose its local TV licenses because its moderators pushed back when he made false claims. Adair argues that journalists cannot shy away from making such calls.
Journalism just can't sit back and wait for people to come to it. I think we need to become a little more active in stepping forward and saying, that's wrong.
Even so, Adair says fact-checking is
Oh, there's something to take a picture of around there. Might do that
and
then.
he says he takes hope from a surprising source.
Every now and then, Donald Trump will cite fact-checkers in attacking his opponents.
Alright, this seems like a good angle. Let's see what we've got to take a picture of.
Beyond the Big Lie, it's scheduled for publication on October 15th.
Oh, this is what power armor. Okay.
Funny coincidence. Stephen Colbert and Ina Garten both have new books out. He wrote a cookbook with his wife Evie called Does This Taste Funny? She wrote a memoir called Be Ready When the Luck Happens. The odd thing is, Stephen Colbert and Ina Garten each mention each other in their
There we
books.
go.
They're friends. So when I recently interviewed Colbert, I asked
He's to take most of the pictures, it feels like, tonight.
Ina, this is Stephen Colbert. Hi.
Just got to do the cruise in Arkansas thing after this.
I just want to know how Jeffrey is. I'm huge Jeffrey. I'm a Jeff head.
Of course, Jeffrey is Ina Garten's husband of more than 50 years, but Colbert actually...
We're good.
What your reason was. And
We're just trying to get rid of that other program. That radio is spot on, Kev. Awesome. Well, it's a real life radio station, Richard. So I'm hoping it's spot on.
I love that question. I love
That's the awesome thing about this. You can just go on the radios thing and just get the radios from the internet. They said there are like sites where you can get, you know, much more choice. Like if I want to listen to Filipino radio, I can just go there and be like, you should have a Nook and option to left and right. Well, I do, but it's like buttons, so it's like very slow. It's not like real life where you can go, where you can whip pan. So, you know, like, do quick glances. I need the kind of, what's it, track IR, or whatever it is called in this. Need to get that.
Okay, so this is how I feel about the shrimp. If you're going to pick up the shrimp by the tail and eat it and then throw the tail away, that's fine. But if you're using shrimp in a dish where you're going to eat it with a knife and fork, it definitely shouldn't have tails on it.
Okay, so you and he are on the same page about
Why would you have tails on the shrimp? Don't you strip the...
Exactly.
I don't really eat shrimp, but don't you like strip off the shell and stuff? I think it's this way, isn't it? Yeah.
Recipes that have shrimp with tails on them, they shouldn't be.
I also want to follow up on his first question.
I know you might not do it for like lobster, but yeah, I thought for shrimp you just skin them.
He is such a key part of this story. How's Jeffrey?
Jeffrey's good. Jeffrey's like the rocket
All right.
Gibraltar. He's smart.
I have 24 years driving. Wow, so you've done this like most of your life then, Richard? You've been a truck driver.
Believes in them to be successful. And Jeffrey took somebody who was really very insecure and helped me find my voice.
Ina Garten's new memoir is Be Ready When the Luck Happens, and Stephen Colbert's cookbook with his wife Evie is Does This Taste Funny?
Stephen Colbert doing a cookbook. It's weird when growing up Stephen Colbert was doing the, what's it, Colbert Report. And now he's just like a normal, what's it, mainstream,
Definitely a team.
what's it, late night host now.
This is All Things Considered.
Support for NPR comes from the
I think we all realised we preferred the character Stephen Colbert than the actual Stephen Colbert after that.
businesses of all sizes to attract, interview, and hire candidates.
14 years in one company, wow, Richard.
Indeed.com/NPR. From the Wallace Foundation, working to develop
Hey,
and
we
share
found Hot
practices that can
Springs.
improve learning and enrichment for young people, and the vitality
And the first thing we see, 1-800-ATTORNEY, truck wreck. Is that actually what Hot Springs is like? You get into lots of wrecks, or?
career fields who want to help build a culture of inclusiveness. More information.
Let me try and move over.
/careers. And from ECMC Foundation at ECMC.
Oh, that's nice little mural, even to the right. And now the Barbados Waterworks. Okay. Oh, what? So you don't actually work as a truck driver then, or are you still like delivering goods and stuff? Yeah, look at that. That's pretty nice mural. Oh, we've got something else to take a picture of. Big ass church.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided
I've got a couple of things to take pictures of. So the video to the left, but it's at night, so there's no point really doing that.
The ensemble will perform a blend of classical jazz
Yeah, next screen to me.
music.
Damn it.
More at McKnight Center.
How do they always know? Oh, I've got to take a picture of that. So we've got another old building, historic building. Hot Springs bathhouses. Oh, hello.
Donald Trump is framing the campaign as we enter the final weeks of the race.
It is Wednesday,
Like those bathhouses, and they're pretty nice, don't they?
from NPR News.
Oh god, almost broke the game in this, like by doing that.
And Mary Louise Kelly, one day after Iran launched missiles at Israel, the United Nations Security Council meets an emergency session.
Israel will respond. Our response.
Oh, and then there's something random over there. So maybe you do that after we've delivered this. I'm driving the workers. Oh, to fix the. Oh.
We will have those stories and more after this newscast.
Saw nothing. All right.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Richard.
As searchers reach additional areas, the death toll from Hurricane Helene continues to rise.
So driving the workers to fix the parts, drive the truck. Oh, okay.
No dead after the storm roared ashore last week. Helene wreaked havoc across half a dozen states.
Do you actually get involved in the fixing then, or are you just like the kind of, what's it like, transporter?
Saying he's ordered up additional help from the Pentagon.
Today, I'm also directing the Department of Defense to move up 1,000.
Yeah, I can't be asked for that. Like, have to go down and then up, like, can't be asked. Spa City, 1 out of 5. Oh, okay, so if we do more to Hot Springs, 5 deliveries to Hot Springs?
On top of the 6,000 National Guard troops and thousands of federal aid workers already on the ground.
All right, let's see. Hot Springs to Jonesboro.
Republican J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Walz faced off last night in the only vice presidential debate scheduled in the election cycle. There's Domenica Montanaro says there was no clear winner.
We might end with that delivery.
The one thing that stood out was the version of J.D. Vance who
Whatever.
showed up on stage. Vance
We
has
can
been
do
a
it.
Charging MAGA warrior who's made several missteps since being named Trump's running mate. That persona was gone during the debate. He's had the lowest favorability ratings of any vice presidential running mate in modern history, and he tried to present himself as more agreeable.
Oh no, we're delivering the Volvo.
Frankly, the version of himself that's gotten attention for controversial statements throughout the campaign. Overall, this debate likely won't change this race at all because the most important rule of being a running mate is first do no harm, and there were really no major mistakes made by either candidate last night. Domenica Montanaro, NPR News, Washington.
Prosecutors working with special counsel Jack Smith are presenting additional documents today, which they say show Donald Trump was acting outside the scope of his duties when he pressured state officials and then Vice President Mike Pence try to overturn results of the 2020
nice. Alright, how the hell do I... Oh, we're at the bottom, aren't we? Okay, just need to go up here, I think.
Israeli leaders say they plan a military response to Iran's missile attack, but as NPR's Greg Myrie reports, a big counterstrike could further expand fighting in the Mideast.
Israel is not saying
No.
but there are a range of possibilities. Israel has carried out targeted killings of Iranian scientists and military officials over the course of many years. Some former Israeli officials have raised the prospect of a strike on Iran's oil industry, but critics say that could lead to disruptions in global oil markets.
Is there not another way up?
Benjamin Netanyahu has previously raised the possibility of a strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. It's not clear if that's under consideration, but President Biden says he would not support such an attack. Greg Myrie, NPR News, Washington.
Stocks closed modestly higher on Wall Street today. The Dow was up 39 points. The Nasdaq rose 14 points. This is NPR.
Oh my god, we're really moving. Hang on.
And this is KWGS News at 5:04. I'm Ben Abrams.
Oh, I only drive the truck. Okay.
Policy to allow homeschool students
Still, that's nice work. Driving round.
Extracurricular activities. State impacts bet
Come on.
legislators met yesterday for an interim study to hash out
Oh, I've tangled it all. God's sake, hang on.
Republican Representative John Kane held a study over what's called the Tim Tebow bill, named after the professional athlete who was homeschooled.
The Tim Tebow bill. Oh my god, he's still around.
Had two main concerns. Would it be fair for homeschool students to participate in activities that require public school students to maintain weekly academic eligibility? And how would schools verify academic equivalency for homeschool curriculum? Here's Tecumseh Republican Representative Danny Sterling, who worked as a teacher and principal for 40 years.
I guess it'd be better for me to support something like this till I see some quality across the board in that respect.
No.
And just be very transparent and see the fairness in that law.
More than 20 states have passed a version of the law. It remains to be seen whether Oklahoma will consider it next spring. For State Impact, I'm Beth Wallace.
A Kansas murder suspect was arrested in Broken Arrow yesterday afternoon. The suspect, Joseph Ferraro, was caught at the Clarion Hotel after Kansas authorities used his phone coordinates to find him and contacted Broken Arrow police. Ferraro is suspected of first-degree murder in
Hang on, let's scout.
You're listening to KWGS News.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations.
This can't be the only way up, surely.
focusing on civil liberties, foster youth, public radio, and the arts. And the Public Welfare Foundation, committed to advancing transformative youth and criminal justice reform.
Damn, I was thinking it actually is. No. Oh, actually, it's this way. Oh. Is this way up or down?
Out this weekend, going into the weekend, most days we're going to have highs in the 90s. Tonight,
Oh, we got this way as well, but it's not much better.
Sunny with a high near 93. Tomorrow night, low around 64 is predicted. On Friday, a high near 90.
Actually, it's a bit wider because there's no bank on the inside, actually. Let's try this way. Where the heck did I leave the trailer? I was up there.
Former President Donald Trump is not one to mince words, and the final weeks of a presidential election are not the time to
Can I actually pick up the trailer though? It looks like I've parked it really rubbishly.
To help us understand what Trump is saying and why it matters, we have NPR political correspondent Danielle Kurtzleben on the line. Hey, Danielle.
Hey, Scott.
Main focus last night nationally was
I think I just chose the wrong way. Let me try and fix this. Kicks thing I chose to do one last delivery, wasn't it? Oh god.
As we get from the final weeks of this election.
Well, as you just nodded to, he is doing more events. He seems to have a new rally or event every day, sometimes multiple.
Yeah, I think the trailers catching on the bank.
Quantify, but in a lot of his recent appearances, he said
So I can get the truck up here, but I can't get the trailer, unfortunately.
Kamala Harris as, quote, mentally disabled, and another time as, quote, mentally impaired. So getting even more insulting than usual. Now, to me, this gets at one hallmark of Trump's speeches, is that they're iterative. Yes, he improvises in every speech, but each speech contains a lot of the same building blocks. But with each successive speech, he sometimes decides to alter a building block, to amp it up. For a while this campaign season, for example, he had been saying Harris was unintelligent. Once on Truth Social, he called her dumb as a rock. He seems to have decided now to take it to this an even uglier place of calling her mentally disabled. Now, I have one more example. He often accuses Harris of causing crime by allowing undocumented immigrants into the country. But he took that a step further in a speech in Waunakee, Wisconsin yesterday, where he talked
there's a
about
trap
a woman
there
who
as
was
well.
murdered allegedly by someone in the country illegally.
We just push it out of the way. There you go, perfect. So, I don't think anyone noticed. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Let me.
Danielle, you and I have both spent a lot of time at a lot of Trump rallies, and making outrageous comments and personal insults and false statements are all part of his brand, and they always have been. Well, look, these speeches go on, an hour and a half, sometimes more. There's a lot of stuff that's said that just never makes its way to a report that you file. What might some of our listeners not be hearing besides those headline statements?
Well, by virtue of freestyling so much in his speeches, Trump sometimes says things where it's just flat out unclear what he means. Here was an example from last week in Pennsylvania where he
Oh, the truck disappeared for a sec there. What the hell?
where he was speaking to women voters.
You will no longer be abandoned, lonely, or scared. You will no longer be in danger. You're not going to be in danger any longer.
Now, like I said, unclear. We don't know what he means in terms
Oh,
of like, the policy
Jesus,
or
all right.
loneliness there. But the point here is that so often in a Trump speech, he sticks with these broad strokes ideas of scoping.
Can I try and 3-point turn this? No, I do not have room.
Protecting people. But as he rambles on those points, the particulars often don't make sense.
We've got about 20 seconds or so left, but one thing to flag is an upcoming event in Butler, Pennsylvania, which is, of course, the site of the attempted assassination over the summer. What are you going to be looking for at that event?
Well, first of all, just the tone. Given that it's the site of an assassination attempt, it has the potential to be very angry and dark. Beyond that, just
I didn't say we are definitely pro truck drivers. Alright, let me try and...
He did that last night. He insinuated to a
Oh, stupid bank. Hang on, let me go forward.
And we know, as we saw on January 6th, that can get dangerous.
That's Danielle Kurtzleben. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Diplomats are facing a new test in the Middle East, how to prevent the tit-for-tat attacks between Israel and Iran from engulfing the whole region. Yesterday, Iran fired 180 ballistic missiles at Israel. The U.S. and its partners helped defeat the attack. Still, Israel is vowing to respond. NPR's Michelle Kellerman reports.
As he headed into an emergency UN Security Council meeting, Israeli Ambassador Danny Danon called on the world body to condemn Iran, calling it a terrorist state who used to hide behind proxies but has now taken off its mask.
Israel will respond. Our response will be decisive.
It's not me.
And yes,
Run away.
it will be painful.
Israel was furious that the UN Secretary General called on both sides to de-escalate rather than condemning Iran. The Israelis declared Antonio Guterres persona non grata. Guterres defended his statements as he addressed the Security Council.
Oh my god, Nick, how fucked it is. No.
And as should have been obvious yesterday, in the context of the condemnation I expressed,
And
I again strongly
oh, I need to push that truck out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh no, oh
Was justified
Jesus.
in response to the Israeli killing of the Hezbollah leader in Lebanon and the assassination of a Hamas leader during a trip to Tehran. Ambassador Amir Saeed Iravani accused Israel of pushing the region to an all-out war and said the U.S. has given Israel carte blanche.
only way to prevent further escalation is clear. Israel must immediately cease its war on Gaza and its attacks on Lebanon must stop.
U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield said it is Iran that is fanning the flames of war through its proxies in Lebanon, Gaza, Yemen, and elsewhere.
I can think of no starker example of state support of terrorism than watching the listening
No, come on.
of a terrorist leader.
I just need to get through this gap.
And it is unacceptable.
The Biden administration is working with partners to impose more sanctions on Iran. Behind the scenes, diplomats are trying to temper Israel's response. Michelle Kellerman, NPR News, the State Department.
Well, let's hear more about how the U.S. may be trying to influence Israel. U.S. officials all the way up to President Biden.
Oh, he's jammed it. No, come on.
Talks over the last year, and yet here we are with fighting ongoing in Gaza, with Israel now invading
We're
Lebanon
nudging.
and Iran launching another direct attack on Israel. So, what leverage does the U.S. have? Well, where if it's go next? To answer that, we have called longtime U.S. diplomat Richard Haas. He is President Emeritus of the Council on Foreign Relations. Hi there, Richard.
Good to be with you.
Just a few
I think
days
it's
ago,
going well.
President Biden told reporters, and I
Go on, let
quote,
me look outside.
"I don't
Oh my
think we need a
god.
wider war." Then
Oh, he got
yesterday,
stuck on
his
the
national security
things as
advisor, Jake
well.
Sullivan, said this.
We have made clear that there will be consequences, severe consequences for this attack, and we will work with Israel to make that the case.
Richard Haas, what is the U.S. saying to Israel
Okay.
about what its response to this Iranian attack, what it should look like?
Well, the National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, I think made it pretty clear that the United States is sympathetic in principle that Israel ought to respond to the Iranian ballistic missile attack.
Did you hear in his words almost a blessing to retaliate?
Absolutely.
I don't think this is a pass. I don't know. I think it's going well. Don't know.
More than anything, there is a conversation about the target set. Should it, for example, focus on what you might call relevant or germane system?
If I go through here,
Producing
no.
missiles and rockets that Iran and Hezbollah are using. That would be one kind of response. An escalation from that, though, would be to go after their energy installations.
I want to go through this gap.
My guess would be the
No.
administration would have real qualms. I think the most interesting question would be whether the United States greenlights the idea of going after the nuclear-related targets. And regardless, is the question of whatever the preferences are of the Biden administration, what does the Israeli government choose to listen to?
Yeah. I mean, understanding neither of us is inside of these conversations happening right now at top levels at the White House and beyond, is your best guess that the U.S. is counseling restraint?
That would be my best guess, that the administration has agreed in principle for an Israeli response to restore deterrence, but is trying to shape it, to put something of a ceiling on it, because what they would worry then is the possibility that Iran would take several steps. For example, making it impossible for any oil-related shipping to move.
To the next question, which you touched on, to what extent does Israel care what the U.S. wants? What leverage does the U.S. have?
Unlike Gaza, which divided Israelis. The more and more October 7th was in the rearview mirror. Issues about
He's getting it.
and the rest. When it comes to Hezbollah in Lebanon, when it comes to Iran, Israel is largely united. There is a sense that
Come on.
when rather than if this showdown has to come. So my view is U.S. leverage will be quite limited given how united Israel is. It's also limited by the fact that Joe Biden is a lame duck.
To what extent do U.S. arms to Israel play into this conversation? Israel is able to make some of the military decisions it's making because it has U.S.
No,
weapons.
you're not allowed to malfunction.
And the United States has facilitated it through weapons, intelligence sharing.
God damn it.
One of the other things that limits our inclination to lean on Israel is the fact that there's considerable agreement when it comes to dealing with Hezbollah in Lebanon or dealing with Iran. That's different than was the situation with Hamas.
Oh, what is he catching on now?
Last thing, U.S. officials, including and all the way up to President Biden, keep saying they want to see a diplomatic resolution to a war that is not only not ending, but we see it widening. Is a diplomatic resolution still possible, or do things get worse before they get better?
The short answer is no. I don't see the basis of a diplomatic resolution because you don't have parties that are like-minded. The interests do not overlap. One of my few rules of the Middle East is things often get worse, not before they get better, but before they get even worse. And I think it's quite likely we'll see continued Israeli military activity in southern Lebanon against Hezbollah. There will be no peace deal for the foreseeable future when it comes to Hamas in Gaza. And
need a lot of room and space. And I'm trying to straighten it up.
Directly between Israel and Iran. So I actually think the Middle East
Get out of the way, Walt.
is not on the brink of some type of resolution, but rather a serious breakdown of order. And the question then is, how far does it go? What does it look like? And what does it lead to?
Richard Haas is President Emeritus of the Council on Foreign Relations. He is now Senior Counselor at Centerview Partners. Richard Haas, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
You're listening to All Things Considered from NPR News.
Somehow I need to get the back
And this is
away from the, whatever that is it's caught on.
It's 5:18. The Osage Nation will now operate the White Hair Memorial in Hominy. The Oklahoma Public Media Exchange's Sarah Lisi reports this comes after the tribe and the Oklahoma Historical Society signed a service contract cultivating a new partnership.
Lily Morel Burkhardt's dying wish was to create a shrine to honor her Osage ancestor, Chief White Hair. That shrine is Burkhardt's former home. Today it's known as the White Hair Memorial, which the Oklahoma Historical Society has helped operate under the Burkhardt Trust. But now, Osage Nation is taking over operational management. The tribe will foot the bill for maintenance and receive about $75,000 yearly from the Burkhardt Trust for staffing and operational costs. Osage News reports the nation's Attorney General is unsure if the tribe can legally take over the trust.
Come
But
on.
this is a good start. The memorial has been closed to the public since June when its director left. The Osage Nation will decide when it reopens. In Oklahoma City, I'm Sarah Lisi.
Coaching high school football pays well. 11 Tulsa area head coaches make six figures coaching 14 to 18-year-olds. The Tulsa World reports Union's Kirk Frederick is the highest paid in the Tulsa area and believed to be the highest paid in the state. Frederick makes more than $170,000. You're listening to KWGS News right here on
Oh, we're so
89.5.
close. Come on.
Support for Public Radio Tulsa is provided by Philbrook Museum of Art, home of the Philbrook Fun Menu, with family activities every week, Wednesday through Saturday, including Little Garden Explorers, nature walks, story times, and more. Details at philbrook.org.
Support for NPR comes from the station and from Lisa, a mattress brand that believes good sleep should come naturally. Lisa donates mattresses to nonprofits across the U.S. to improve their communities. Learn more about Lisa at leesa.com. From Amazon Business.
I just don't think it's possible with this truck now. All this effort.
Business is the main focus and not admin and paperwork.
I've actually got it in position to get it up here, but I just don't have the power.
And from the Doris Duke Foundation.
From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Scott Detrow.
And I'm Ari Shapiro. In the southeastern states where people are trying to recover from Hurricane Helene, you could picture layers of helpers. The top tier is the federal government effort that FEMA is coordinating. President Biden and Vice President Harris both visited the region. Here's what Biden said from the White House earlier in the week.
I want you to know the administration is going to be there, and we'll just talk about this until we finish the job. It's going to take a hell of a long time and a serious amount of assets.
At the bottom tier, there's a grassroots recovery effort, neighbors helping neighbors, like Turbo Tedderton of Asheville, North Carolina, who finally got online after days without power and started scrolling through messages on her phone.
Just, hey, have you heard from this person? Hey, I haven't heard from that person. Does anybody heard from them? Are they okay? Do they have power? Do they have water? Are you alive? I didn't realize how bad it was.
A nonprofit group led by military veterans. Art Dela Cruz is the CEO. Welcome to All Things Considered.
Thank you for having me.
Where are
I'll
you
make
right now,
it
and what have you been
so.
up to these last several days?
So I have been busy on a road trip. I'm actually on my way to Pasco County, Florida, which was impacted by a Hurricane Helene.
That's around Tampa.
That's correct. And we've got team members from across the southeast.
No way.
Tennessee, South Carolina, Virginia, and Georgia.
It worked.
Throughout the affected areas.
We're free.
Specific location, but broadly speaking, what is most urgent right now?
We're not free. No.
On the location, you know, the biggest, the top tier concern is, you know, preservation of life. I think in North Carolina in particular, trying to understand, as that previous interview had shown, understand where people are, what they need, and the conditions. And then we come to the various stages here in Pasco County, Florida, and we have move debris, which is very, very different from some of the services that are being delivered farther north.
Come on, we're so close now.
You know, we go from phase to phase. In the initial stages, we actually had police teams with the equipment and chainsaws. They were able to clear actually enough debris on these roads across Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, to fill up a convoy of, you know, 1,050 dump trucks. These roads being cleared allows citizens to transit, emergency services to transit, and this long marathon process of restoration services all over and now we're transitioning to serving.
If I reset the delivery, I'm back down there though. It won't work. I need to somehow get it up here. And I can't go the other way.
Focus, which is, you know, helping to restore people's lives.
Is there a specific person or a scene that stays with you?
You know, I think one of the things
All I can think of is doing this kind of reattaching trick to try and get.
was absolutely immense. It was uncharacteristic in the speed trying to get through landfall because it carried and what we are seeing to the north, places like North
But I don't think it will work.
very, very reminiscent of what we saw with Hurricane Harvey.
Because, you know, I can easily make it by myself, but I can't make it with that.
Stationary and creates, you know, water issues, fresh water issues, and damage that's, you know, almost incomprehensible. So this one is.
I think I just have to leave it.
Time at Team Rubicon, this is certainly.
Alright, let's see what I've got to take a picture of as well.
Have you seen improvement since the weekend?
We have, you know, and
What we
one of
got?
the things that's, you know, absolutely incredible as the storm transits through is how quickly people are springing into action. Oftentimes these are services that are planned, you know, pieces are pre-positioned, and then you begin the recovery. But I think it's also important to note,
Mountain tap. I
as the
can't see
headlines
anything.
begin to fade from the news, that, you know, we literally have sprinted into the beginning of a marathon. This will take months to recover across this entire region.
And for people who are not personally affected by the storm but want to help, who might be living in other parts of the country, is there a need you see right now that civilians in other places might be able to help meet?
The reality is there's
okay.
a million things more important than money in a disaster, but they all take money. You know, that is fee resource that allows, in particular, nonprofits to be able to operate.
Oh, here's much better pictures.
The proper services with the unmet needs. You know, and I'd also encourage people to check in on, you know, relatives and family members.
Guess it's just media, isn't it? Gallery.
For the disasters, you know, that they might face.
Oh wow, we've only got 3 more pictures to take.
One of those times in this idea of neighbors helping neighbors, where it should, you know, go from West Coast to East Coast and come together to be able to help.
So Magnolia Square, Church of El Dorado, Jonesboro downtown. Magnolia Square, where is that? Is that Little Rock?
The actor John Amos, who starred on classic TV programs like Good Times and Roots, died earlier this year at age 84. NPR TV critic Eric Deggans says Amos was a pioneering actor who provided images of strong, dedicated black fathers at an important time. Here's his appreciation.
John Amos played the patriarch of the 70s
Oh no.
Good Times.
Let me see, Little Rock.
As a no-nonsense, hard-working
Do you have any other pictures?
his kids get out of the housing project where they live. And he wasn't above getting a little
Doesn't look like it.
like in this scene where he's punishing youngest son Michael, played by Ralph Carter, for doing badly in school.
You see these hands, son? What do they mean to you?
They're the ones that's gonna hit me.
So there's Jonesboro.
I mean these calluses, Michael. Son, that's why I want you to finish school, so your hands don't never have to look like this.
As a young black kid growing up in a Gary, Indiana home without a father,
What's that? It's El Dorado?
basking in one of TV's first authentic two-parent black families.
No, that's Magnolia Square. That's El Dorado. Oh, okay.
Producers were centering Good Times on the popular character of James's oldest son, JJ.
Alright, I think I'll end it there, unless you want another half hour of me struggling to get that Volvo thing up the ramp. But yeah, that is Arkansas. I didn't see it explored almost half the map. It's not too bad.
Amos spoke about it in a 2014 interview with the archive.
Yeah, we've still got lots of the northwest to really visit. And oh yeah, remodeled California as well, because they've added, what's it, a couple of cities here now. So we might need to check out remodeled California soon as well. But yeah, we like Arkansas. Nice little country roads mostly to drive around.
People who were already beloved by white audiences. Status Amos.
So we've got some.
Good Times, and his first big TV part is Gordy the
Oh, hang on, that's a picture as well. What the hell was that one? Those are pictures.
Parts in TV shows and films like The West Wing, Coming to America, and Let's Do It Again. Amos's greatest legacy still remains as a
that's a different state. That's right. That's Oklahoma. Okay. But yeah, Arkansas. Yeah, it might be small, but yeah, we quite like it. Nice view. Nice few different businesses to follow, apart from this one. I might just need to get my truck fixed, and then hopefully I can maybe come back to this. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'll call it a night with that. I don't think we've got a chance of getting that trailer out of there, unfortunately, of this truck. Alright, so yeah, we'll see if we can fix this, and then I don't know, maybe I'll let you know if I do get successful. Have to do things the right way, no shortcuts. I thought it was. Because I couldn't get it up the other way with that mound on the inside. God damn it. So I tried to do it that way, where there's loads of space, but it's just too steep for my truck. Alright, let's try and find this camera thing, and we can end with a nice little, I guess, panoramic of Hot Springs. We've got a nice bar on the left, it looks like.
It's All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Scott Detrow.
And I'm Mary Louise Kelly. How do you say goodbye to a beloved classical music producer who's dying of cancer?
By organizing a private concert for him.
The best thing that I could do for
there we go.
is make them feel safe, loved, and create an atmosphere.
Alright, let's see.
to do their best.
Fresh news.
What Hot Springs is like.
Live from NPR News in Culver City, California, I'm Dwayne Brown. President Biden is deploying some
What's that built?
1,000
What's that?
active duty troops to
Is that the
parts of the
court
southeast in the
courthouse? And it's like
Biden got a first-hand look at the destruction caused by the
got a
catastrophic
decent mural of
viewing parts of North and South
Jesus
Carolina
next to the
today by
church.
helicopter. NPR's Windsor Johnson says the federal government will pick up the tab for debris removal and emergency protective measures.
Most of the
Another
troops
church.
will be sent to North Carolina, where many
I
areas
think.
are still without electricity and running water. The White House says
Is that like a
service
school
members
behind
will
it as well?
assist local and state officials to help speed up the distribution of food,
You've got a hot
water, and
spring.
medical supplies.
Pretty fitting.
They'll also assist in search and rescue efforts using helicopters
Hot
and
Springs
high-water
National
vehicles
Park.
to reach areas that are not accessible by road.
NPR's Windsor Johnston. The devastating storm has left more than 1 million homes and
Nice little
businesses
cafes and
without
stuff
power
as well.
and phone service 6 days after making landfall. Israel says
I know it's like the middle of the night. I'm surprised they're still open, to be honest. Like the Bathhouse Museum. Yeah, why is it open at like midnight? What the hell?
reports from near the border in northern Israel.
It's a relatively high death toll.
Hot Springs
compared to
National
daily Israeli
Tower.
military losses in nearly a year of fighting in Gaza. Hezbollah has not put out any statement of fighter casualties. Israeli airstrikes and military action in Lebanon have
And yeah,
killed more
that
than
is Hot
1,000
Springs.
people in the past 10 days, wounded several
That is
thousand others.
NPR or whatever national radio is as well. Oh. Game's had enough of me as well. Like, I'm just gonna rest in the corner now. Alright. But yeah, we've learned our lesson. Do not try and drag heavy cargo with this truck. We're trying. So I'll try and fix it and see if I can actually do that job. And then yeah, as I said, we might be back with American Trucks from the checkout as a California, which has been reworked. I don't know if they... I can't remember if they finished it though. I think it's finished because they keep posting about Missouri and Iowa now. And of course Arkansas. So it might be done now. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to get the throw below kit for the truck so that can help with, was it fuel? So it can conserve some fuel a bit better. Let me see, I'm trying to find the updates. Yeah, they're talking about Missouri truck stops. Arkansas Hilly Gems new cargoes to haul. Which, as you've seen, is tough to haul with our truck. Lots of special transport as well. I wonder if Missouri will actually be soon, because they do talk a lot about Missouri along with Arkansas. Which, considering they've reworked in its like controls and added some animations and stuff, like they've done quite a lot of work since Nebraska got added. Oh yeah, they fixed I-44 in Oklahoma City as well, so maybe need to check that out. Did a post on Arkansas, Little Rock, Missouri, Kirksville. New title screen, custom made depots. Custom made depots? Oh, they're individually designed. Okay. Yeah, all the depots looked pretty unique there. Oh yeah, they've updated the vegetation in Texas, so you get more, what's it, natural kind of like trees as well, like, as you get towards like Arkansas as well. Oh, here we go, California rework. It's like to say, share phase. Our first blog on phase 4 of the California rework. This was back in July. So they've added Santa Maria, Oxnard as well. I haven't really done an update since July though on it. I wonder if they're just pushing out the DLC then, maybe before they finish that, because yeah, there's a pretty big rework of California if it's up to Phase 4. But yeah, we'll check out California when it's eventually done. So we can go back to Texas as well, check out the vegetation and stuff. And yeah, check out, was it Oklahoma as well, the I-44, and see what that's like as well, now that it's properly done. But yeah, I'll be back with probably something just as stressful as driving a truck up the... trying to deliver a, Volvo thing in our truck. As yeah, we've got Richard Burns right at the weekend with Sim Rally Masters. So we just got the road book now, so I think we're doing like leg 1, maybe 2 as well, which is like half the rally, like 23 stages. So we'll probably do that Sunday. But yeah, I'll probably be back Friday, because there's a couple of early access games. We do like kind of like live streaming the early access games. Oh yeah, there's Recycling Center Simulator. Yeah, we're going to play that Friday, I think. No, we're going to... Let me just check. These games are being kind of updated and stuff. Because I might show off Extreme Formula. But I can't remember how long it's been since they had an update. Because it looks pretty good, but... I'm worried it's a bit like Aero GPX, where it's not receiving many updates in early access. But it might be worth in just having a little look anyway on Friday. So it's another kind of zero gravity racer compared with Aero GPX as well, actually. Looking at the forums. But apparently this is meant to be even better than Aero GPX. So yeah, let me just show you. This is what I was thinking of showing on Friday. So as you can see, it came out in June, so it's been a few months. But yeah, as you can see, it's very much kind of F-Zero vibes. But as you can see, even more extreme, even more colourful. Doesn't have the style of Aero GPX, so you can see maybe slightly more kind of like grounded, less cartoony, but looks pretty awesome, doesn't it, from the video at least. So yeah, probably check this out Friday. So check out what we've got: story mode, time attack, single race, tournament, and arcade mode. So yeah, probably give that a look Friday. And then yeah, we'll be back with Richard Burns right at the weekend. Of course, I've got other games to check out in the meantime as well. Golden Lap, which I haven't had the chance to look at yet. Hoping to finally start looking at that tomorrow. Well, F1 Manager's released another update, so then looking at stuff. So maybe at the end of the year we'll have another look at F1 Manager 24 then. And oh yeah, there's Victory Heat Rally as well. Of course, I don't want to miss out on the release this week. Where are you, Victory Rally? So this is actually coming out tomorrow. I've been very much looking forward to this. As you can see, it's another arcade game styled on like kind of like 90s, really, I would say. You can see that style, but I've been really looking forward to it. So I'm hoping it delivers and actually as good fun as it looks. But yeah, I've been waiting like a couple years for it. I think it was from when it was first announced, if I remember. It's been a heck of a long wait. October 2021. So yeah, it has been a long wait for it. But yeah, as you can see, I don't think it's early access, so that'll be a video to hopefully check this out. But yeah, that's coming out tomorrow. If you do fancy picking up a game, if you've had your payday last week or coming up, maybe something to check out as well. So yeah, we'll be working on those reviews in the meantime. And yeah, some other games to check out as well, because there's 10 million to catch up on, I think, from the last couple of months. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed American Truck Sim though. We'll be back in Euro Truck Sim as well, because I think Greece is coming out this year. I don't know, they haven't really given us a timeline, have they? I mean, they only announced Arkansas was coming out a couple of weeks ago, so so it might be a sudden drop in like November or December, I imagine, for Greece, which I think is the next DLC coming out. Because they're also working on the Nordic region, like expanding that in Euro Truck Sim 2 as well. But yeah, I don't think, yeah, they've been posting much more about Greece, so yeah, I imagine that's been next on the horizon. And then yeah, we got Nordic Horizons, and then I'm not sure after that. Yeah, they reworked the roads in Germany. They got to do a UK rework soon. Sure, the UK's rubbish in Euro Truck Sim 2. Sure, they've got to start working on that soon. But yeah, we'll wait for that in Euro Truck Sim 2. And then, so maybe be back in American Truck Sim to check out California and Co. once they've fully done all the updates. And of course, when Missouri or Iowa drops as well. And yeah, get back into crashing our truck in 5 different ways, and it's like into everything that we can see. Oh, at least we're better than Ruth still. I mean, she only got $500 for us, didn't she? Rubbish. But Sam Fortunal, hope you have a good couple of days though, and I will see you all next time. Bye.